What's going on, man? What's good? It's your boy, man, Big Cell, FHOHNIC. You already see who's in the building. I've been telling y'all for the last few days, it's going down. It's here, it's real, it's official. It's 8 o'clock. I told y'all we was coming. 8 o'clock, we here. So all the rumors about he ain't gonna show up, he this, he that. Unless they done clone Tyrone again. You understand me? He's here. So today, man, let me put this out here right here. Today's show is not about bashing. It's not about getting back. It's simply to reverse the lies that's been told, to correct some of the stories that's been modified, and to tell the truth from the beginning till now. There's been a lot of people who have been told stories about me, about my man Teebo, and today we're going to correct it all and get to the bottom of it. The phone lines is open. We'll be taking calls sporadically. Just know we don't have all day. You know, so when you call in, get to the point. And again, sit back, relax, think about your questions before you ask them. The man is going to answer every question that we can answer. I'll be putting some across the screen, the whole 9 yards. But we here. It's going down. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, without further ado,
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that make you happy.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth? On FHO Podcast Radio.
Yeah. So go grab all your friends. Go grab all your friends. Tap all your homegirls, your partners, and everybody else, because it's going down right now, right here on FHO Podcast Radio. Again, my special guest in the building. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and then we're going to get right on into it, man. What's happening, baby?
What's up, man?
You here, huh?
I'm here.
Say, man, what you think about the studio, man?
It's wonderful. You real glossy, man. It's real glossy out here, man. Nigga got marble rocks and shit outside, man.
Yeah, that's fun right there, man.
Nice, though. Very nice.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Again, I got to give a mad shout out to my man Lightbulb, man, from West Side Riders. I'm talking about this. He did this probably in about, 6 days? I mean, turned a scary house into it. This was a horror movie.
Right.
And
you spending money with the set, too. A lot of people don't know that, man. And people talk it, but you breaking bread with the set, man. You can't beat that.
That part.
Yeah.
So that's what it is, man. So let's get to this, man. Get this thing started. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you is, where you come from, what the hell going on, and why we here.
King Teebo, one of the original founders of Kingz of the South. I'm here just to, a lot of things have been said about me since I left back in 2016 up until today. And we're looking at about 7 years. 7 years, that means completion. So I'm getting ready to close this chapter. After I speak on what I speak on, I'm done talking about it.
Okay.
My life is good. I'm not going to keep going back and forth and who this and who that when I know what it is. I know what it was.
Yeah.
Because I was there. Nothing hearsay, So I just want to close this chapter and move on from this point.
So let me get this. This is the first question I'm gonna hit you with, or the first statement. I've been hearing all the time, man, what's wrong with Teebo? Why he won't let that shit go? What the fuck is he on? Does he miss it? Does he want to be a king? Is he mad? Is he scoring? What is this?
Teebo, how am I scoring when everything they're doing comes from me.
Mm.
There's nothing for me to be scorned about. If anything, I'm excited
Okay.
that a nation, hundreds of men want to be a part of something that I started
That-
and the other founders started.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just me.
Well, so let me just spell it. So I got a phone call, and I just said I got a phone call from King Jose, King, and his question was, who started King of the South? My answer to him was the founders, because everybody knows it takes 5 minimum to start a club. One person can't start a club.
Correct.
I don't care if you put all the money up. I don't care if you had the idea. I don't care if you had, whatever it is you had. But one person can never take credit for being the founder of a club. You can't do that.
Correct.
So, and that was an issue, I guess, that he had. And that's something that he's been doing. And I'm going to say this, even when I was a king, we let him get away with being special. And we should have never did that.
I agree.
Yeah. He should have been king whoever, just like everybody else was king somebody.
Right.
But by having that title, by having himself as the head honcho, then he was allowed to have that perception and let it grow. But I'm gonna tell anybody and everybody, in everybody club, if you're in a club, if you're in an MC club, and you are a starter, i.e. starter/founder, you are never bigger than the brothers that you started the club with.
Correct.
And you're never bigger than the members that are in the club.
Correct.
So that's two things to always remember. So
Correct.
So when you state you're a founder, you got a right to state that because you were a founder. You were part of the first 5, 7, or 9.
Correct.
Okay. So question number 1: How did the Kingz get started?
Okay. How did the Kings of the South get started? Now I'm going to go all the way back because if we're going to tell the story, let's tell the entire story.
Okay.
Kings of the South derived from Rap Reed. Okay.
Okay.
Myself, Jose, and King Red were all in Rap Reed,
Okay.
Atlanta.
Okay.
A situation went down, and the way we rolled back then, because before all this club stuff and where we are now, man, we were family, man. We were together. We were inseparable, man. And once one person leaves, we roll together. One band, one sound. A situation went down. The 3 of us left. And that was the end of that. And from that point, put it like this, if that one particular situation did not happen, there probably wouldn't even be a Kings of the South.
So you, Jose, and Red.
Originally, yeah.
Originally, those were the first 3 that said, "Hey, let's do this." Okay.
Well, we were in Rap Reed together. We left Rap Reed together.
Y'all left Real Breed together.
Correct.
You guys were full patch members.
Correct.
Of Real.
It was so quick though. Honestly, man, we had the full patch. And let me just say this real quick. Shout out to Rap Reed, man. Nothing but love for them cats, punching them, man. God bless you and your family with everything you're going through, man. Just, so just shout out to them, man, because at the end of the day, all this fly bike shit that we doing out here, it started right there.
From Real Breed.
From LA.
Yeah.
Period. That's just it.
Yeah.
Now we started it here in Atlanta, but it all derived from
West
LA.
Coast. Wow.
From the West.
All right. What are the original founders of KOTS? Meaning, who was there in the beginning?
The original founders, Jose, myself, Los, Red, Slim, and Big E.
Okay.
Those are the original 6 that I know.
Yeah.
That were there in the beginning. And we can be technical if you really want to break it all down, but those are the ones who I recognize as the original founders of Kings of the South.
Which was, again, you?
Jose, myself, Los, Red, Slim, and Big E.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where does Joe, Big John,
Okay.
B.I.G.?
So Joe, for example, Joe was the homie. And Joe was always, him and Jose were cool. So Joe came in from that angle through Jose. Big John was in Rare Breed when we started Kingz.
I got a video of Big John when he was on the grill at Rare Breed first anniversary.
Yeah, so I mean, Big John was Rare Breed when we started Kingz of the South. B.I.G. was in Iron Bread, but I think he was out of Iron Bread at the time when we started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just kind of migrated as the first 9 or part of the first.
Yeah, because when we were putting it together, when we were having meetings at our first meetings over at the Pizza Bar off Bankhead, they were the ones that came.
So they
in.
really wow, I'm gonna say it like this. So they really are the first 3 members, not founders.
If tomato, I mean,
yeah,
because we were at a meeting, and because we had in the original bylaws,
okay,
because I wrote the original bylaws.
Yeah,
we had Joe as a founder.
Okay,
because like I said, it's Jose, man. Joe always been cool. Joe's always been the homie.
Yeah,
and in that meeting, Big John didn't like that Joe was a founder and he was listed as a co-founder. Him and B.I.G. was listed as a co-founder. B.I.G. wasn't tripping. Big John was the one that raised his hand and said, well, why is he a founder and I'm not? Because we strategically got guys to come in. Jose got guys strategically to come to the club and all that stuff. So I'm sitting across the way at the junction. I looked at Cole. I said, Cole, that's your boy.
yeah.
You know, and he's like, it's all good. So that's how Big John.
Okay,
You know,
and B.I.G.
yeah.
All right, so that's that question. And I'm trying to pose the questions because I want to not miss anything. And if we do miss anything, questions, put up the questions. Anybody that want to put up the questions can put up the questions. Boom, and we'll try to answer your questions as they come. Who set the vision for who set the vision for the Kingz of the South?
Who said the vision? Myself, Red. I think Red, I had got with him on the phone, but myself, Los, and Jose, we were at his house sitting in the den, and we were coming up, you know, putting things together at his house in the den.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where the vision came from. It wasn't one man's vision.
Yeah.
It was all of our vision, because if you say you're the sole founder, if I say, well, I founded Crystals, well, when I bring other people in, is it already together? No, Kingz of the South didn't come to me or none of the other original founders already put together. We put it together.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, hey, here we are.
Yeah.
You know, and if you really want to break it down, when you talk about who was there in the beginning, like I said, myself, Red, and Jose, even to, and I guess we'll get into how to patch and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll let you, you know, when you want to chime in on that part.
That part right there. I'm looking to see if anybody got any questions. Anybody got any questions? Okay. Did you ever want to be, when this whole thing first started, okay, you got your start, you got your founders, you got everybody said, okay, hey, let's do this, let's put this together. Did you say, well, hey, I want to be the president?
No. Let me bring up the patch.
Okay.
Real quick before I answer that question. Okay, the patch, when we talking about who was there in the beginning. So how Kingz of the South came up was when we left Breed, I'm driving up Thorn Road, right by the Crow, going towards Harley Davidson of Atlanta. I get a call from Jose. He said, man, what you think about we gone? What you think about us doing the club? I'm like, shit, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What you trying to do? Man, I want to, you know what? Shit, we do some with some Kingz, and we both right there on the phone.
So, but maybe because maybe because he feels like he made the call, like he had the inception. That's what makes him the end all to be all. But again, that's yeah.
I mean, I get to work early. If I go to work early every day, I can't leave early. I mean, with that,
yeah.
I mean, you call with that, but we came up with the name.
Period.
Myself and him. I don't know who else Jose talked to.
Yeah.
All I know is me and Jose, everybody knows this from back in the day. Me and Jose were as thick as thieves. You saw him, you saw me. You saw me, you saw him. We bowled every night. We had his house playing Call of Duty every day. At home, watching the game. We on the phone, you know, so as far as in the beginning, even with the patch, myself and Jose went to Egyptian Tattoo on Austell Road. Tried to get the tattoo artist to come up with a design. Came back the next day, he came up with some line. You know, anytime you talk about Kingz,
They go to the line.
niggas will always want to go to the line, goddamn. You know, I don't know what's that about. Okay, we didn't like that.
Yeah.
So we went to Candler Road. To, I think Infamous Tattoo, they were out on Candler Road. And me and him both. Now, not just him, I'm there. Me and him, that was we went in the tattoo magazine and that was a picture of a wizard. The patch it was a wizard. And he had on where you see the purple robe and the crown. Well, he had on a robe that had moons and stars on it. Then he had on a hat that had moons and stars on it, like a
like a wizard.
Yeah, like a wizard. And that's when we came up with put the crown on, put him on with the purple vest.
So what made y'all come up with the colors purple? Where the colors come from?
Royalty King.
So that was strictly came from that. Y'all say, okay, we're gonna be Kingz royalty.
We couldn't be
red or green or
you couldn't. I mean, you can, but
that's not how it was.
That's not what we discussed.
Okay.
You know, so with that, that's where the
Came
patch,
up with,
that's where the patch came from. And even with the hands doing like this, we both was like
the thinking man.
Yeah, the thinking man.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm right there. Even when we went to Outcast and got the blessing, it was me and Jose. They went to Outcast and got the blessing. And shout out to Superman for giving us that blessing back in the day.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, the question of when it first started, did you ever say, I'm going to be the president?
No. When we were putting it together, I told him and Los, I said, why don't you and your brother be president and vice president? And they come back with, man, fuck that shit. I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah.
So when the seed was planted, I just watered the motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what you do, right?
Yeah. So who was your first vice president?
You know what? A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people, if you know the history.
So the first president of the Kingdom of the South was you, and who was the first VP?
King Slim.
Slim J was it?
Slim J was the first VP, and we can get into why that situation changed with him. We can discuss that as well. But that Slim, that was my partner.
So let's talk about Slim, because really you don't really see Slim that much, but he's there. He shows up, and
and I've had conversation with Slim. I've had conversation with all the founders.
Yeah.
Even with Slim, much respect to him. He's always been little bro. He's always been the youngest out of all. Me and him are the youngest, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Because back when we started Kingz of the South, I was 30 years old.
Wow.
And
that's a long time ago. You said it was 72 now?
Whatever. And but yeah, Slim, I respect what Slim is. Slim don't want to come between me and Jose. So I respect that. Okay. And me and him talked about it.
So what happened with his vice president thing?
Okay, what happened with Slim with the vice president? So when Kingz of the South, when we came out, of course you're gonna
meet some adversity.
You're gonna meet some adversity, man. And I don't want to say the club's name because we're good.
Cycle Kingz.
This is my.
I mean, my bad.
Look here, man. I mean, let's just, you know what? Fuck it.
Listen, man, listen, bro. I'm on your ass today. We're going to get this shit over and done with today.
Okay.
Yeah, Cycle Kingz had a problem with the name Kingz and they said that y'all patch was almost similar to their patch and all that shit. I know all that.
Okay, okay.
So you didn't say it, I said it.
So Sil just said what he said. And okay, so it was Cycle Kingz. So what happened, and actually, and I don't even want to mention the dude's name because I don't want anything to go on with him because he is a king now. The president at the time that had an issue.
Ain't that a bitch?
He's a king now.
Imagine that.
But he good folk though.
Imagine that.
He good folk.
Imagine that.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this history though. So we talking about, you know, the history, man. But
Yeah.
so a meeting was set up. The Cycle Kings wanted to meet with Kings of the South. We met at the Mexican, the one that used to be off Old National that they tore down. So it was supposed to be the VP and the president. So I get to the way because that was the first time. So the way we decided to strategize it. Okay, Teebo president, young at the time, hothead, sending him in now. You got King Slim coming in there with me, hothead. So it came up that, you know what, we need somebody to be a level. Could have Slim could have did it? Hell yeah, I think he could have. But it was decided that let's move Batman up because Batman is the first member of Kings of the South. And that's when Batman came with me. And then when we got to the meeting, of course, we sat with Uncle Chuck and we were discussing the similarities in the patch and what they wanted us to do. And they pretty much wanted us to change our patch. And what I told them, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right.
But Slim is the first president, King's VP of
And
Kingz.
then after that meeting, Batman took over.
Batman took over.
There it is there. Shout out to Batman. What up, Bat? All right, so you never wanted to be president. You was given that position by default. And let me just say this. All bullshit aside. As a president,
Right.
with a bike, without a bike,
Right.
plane, train, automobile, you did that.
Appreciate it.
Frontline motherfucker, hands down, all the time. Bike night, social night, grandma night, whatever night it was, we could depend on you to be there.
Right. Right.
I don't care how you got there, you was there.
appreciate
And as a president, the troops, me, we appreciate that.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So that's the difference for anybody in the MC.
Yeah.
When even if you're a founder, but you ain't never around, it means nothing.
Right.
If you're not on the front line, if you're not there when the laughs are given, if you're not there when the cries are given, if you're not there when that shit is irrelevant, brother.
Right.
But one thing I can say about your ass, you was there.
Man, I'm going to just say this, though, and I appreciate it, Sil, but I just want to give a shout-out to my mama, man, because my two youngest kids at the time, I wasn't there for them. Shit, nigga, I'm out here grinding with this shit.
Yeah.
You know, every day, every night. So my mama and OG Pop was there to help raise my kids, man, because honestly, it was definitely when they say kings are nothing and all that shit niggas be saying, man, we were out here.
You sold out. You were sold out.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I attach myself to something, man, I'm going to give you 110%. And, you know, like I talked to Measy today, he was laughing and joking about Marvo, and I'm going to get at you, Marvo. He said, man, Teebo the only nigga that could get 100 niggas on the ground going out of town, and he'll be in the car.
Period. The chase vehicle.
Hey, niggas,
I'm telling you, that was facts.
It is.
We could be anywhere. We done rode from spot to spot to spot to spot. We there, we pull up, we kicking it, and here he come.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I'm coming.
But I'm telling you, listen, I'm getting emotional. From a member's standpoint, from a brother's standpoint,
right,
that shit meant the world.
Appreciate it.
Period.
Appreciate it.
My president. The president.
I'm just the way I was raised. I'm unbought and I'm unbossed, man. That's how I was raised. And I'm a frontline dude. I'm not gonna send my troops out here in harm's way, and I'm not there. If we all going down, God damn it, we all just got to go down. If it's going down, I'm not retreating to the car. As a matter of fact, and you've been there back then. I'm in that motherfucker 10 toes down.
Period.
That's just me.
Yeah,
it's always been me.
Is it true that in the beginning, because this was told to me, that when you guys first came out, y'all really wasn't even recognized because at the time they thought it was just something you was doing because you was the only one wearing colors.
You can ask DK, ask Scribble Dribble, Satan himself. I mean, I remember when we first came out. I remember Baldhead.
Now, did the other members have colors and they just wasn't wearing them?
They had to have them. Yeah. They had to have them. I remember Baldhead, G, God rest his soul, DK, Man, they used to joan the shit out of us, man. They used to call me, man, you got that Burger King on your back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Burger King.
Yeah, DK, they were hard on us, but I didn't care. It could be 30 rare breeds, and I'm standing there just one person, and I'm laughing. I'm giving it right back to them.
Yeah.
I believed in the shit I was a part of, and I gave it 110%. And just so we dispel this rumor, because I'm tired of people hearing this shit, that DK is the reason Kingz of the South is in existence, is a total lie. Okay? So y'all quit saying that shit, because that's not true. I'm gonna give folk their flowers, man. That man didn't have nothing to do. Shit, DK, I think DK was an invite at the time. So DK didn't have nothing to do with that back then.
Yeah.
No.
Wow. DK, what up with it? Lucifer.
He can verify it.
Lucifer.
Hey, get him on the show, man. No, DK don't care.
So you was the only one out here wearing colors when this thing kicked off. Was that on purpose, or was the other kids they just wasn't in? What was it?
Man, when I'm leaving out the house, I'm grabbing my rags before I grab my wallet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just what it is. We got something we trying to push, and it's 10 toes down. I mean, that's just what it was for me. You know.
So what in the beginning? What adversities besides the Psycho King thing, and what other adversities did you guys face with any other clubs?
Now we had with the issue with another club, because one of their members came. So you don't know about this, so I ain't even see.
Because I'm sure waiting to hear the story. Because I would have said, yeah.
And they didn't want him to. They didn't want him to be in the club, and you know how it is when you leave one club.
Come on, RJ.
No, not RJ.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't not RJ. I mean, we can touch on that, but we'll touch on that after this one.
Okay.
But this one is before that. But they didn't want the particular individual in the club, man. And I spoke to that national, and I told him, well, you can, if you feel like you want to do something to him, then you go. These are my exact words. If you feel like you want to do something to him,
okay,
whoop his ass.
Yeah.
If you catch him in the grocery store, wherever you catch him at, nigga, you could drag his ass up and down the aisle.
Yeah.
But as long as he got that vest on,
don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Period.
Because I'm not gonna wait on somebody else to do anything. I'm gonna come see you.
Yeah.
That's just how I've always been. I ain't saying I'm the baddest nigga in the world.
Yeah.
Nigga, you might whoop my ass or do whatever, but you gonna know you've been in a fight.
Period.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the other one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm trying to pick that one.
Not
yeah.
doing
See,
it.
I know about the RJ thing, about the clothes that went to Salvation Army, and all of the rare breed stuff was being sold and all of that. And I know DK swung on them at the strip club and all that other type of shit. And
right. But even with that situation, being RJ, we never saw eye to eye on anything, and I'm not finna sit up here and sugarcoat anything.
Yeah.
But I had to go sit down with Rare Breed.
Yeah.
And the dominant about that.
Yeah.
And DK was the president. And pretty much the same answer. If you see him and you want to do something to him at the grocery store, nigga, handle your business. But if he out here rocking these rags, man, I got to stand in for my man.
Yeah.
And this somebody that I ain't never been close with.
Yeah.
But he a part of the team.
Period.
So even if I don't fuck with you, I ain't gonna let nobody fuck over you. And that's just how I am.
There it is there. So here it is. You're out there, you're flying your colors. How long did it take before you think y'all really got put on the map as Kingz of the South?
Man, we got put on the map, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because I want to give people their flowers, man, because a lot of times we get out here, and I'm talking about leadership, I'm talking about founders, whatever the case may be, but we're just one entity. But the soldiers,
yeah,
they're the ones that's making us strong. They are the ones that's making this foundation that we're standing on right now.
Yeah.
They are the ones that's making it strong. Not sitting. I don't do it like I used to do it anymore. So I'm gonna respect anybody that's flying Kingz of the South, spending their money, time away from their family, because this shit costs.
Lying to their job.
Yeah, lying to their man. Wow.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk.
I know I lied on mine.
We ain't gonna. Yeah.
Shit, nigga,
I remember you. Hold on, let me clock in, nigga.
Absolutely. From the Blackberry.
Hey, still give me 10 minutes. Let me clock in.
All the way in California, supposed to be at work. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I always looked at the 5 like Infinity Stones, like a movie Avengers. What really? So myself,
Yeah.
you,
Wow.
Measy, and we gonna group Measy with Black Mamba, because you can't leave that motherfucker.
Yeah,
out.
the bike. It was famous.
And I hate he sold that motherfucker. Man, you need to get that motherfucker back and just put it in a trophy case or something, because that bike,
yeah,
is legendary.
yeah.
And Double D,
The jockey.
and the jockey, and the foundation of the mother chapter at the time, because what you see going on now, that first 7.5 years when I was president is Kings of the South. You can put Daffy Duck in there, and it's going.
So let me say this, and you mentioned me, okay?
Yeah,
and I'm
Go
you
ahead.
mentioned me. When I first came to the Kings of the South, I came to Georgia. I met Queen, my wife. She introduced me to the Block Burners.
You had a school.
When first it was a car. Remember, I didn't even have a car, but then they was transitioning to all motorcycles, because they was a sports club at first. Block Burners was what they call them a SMC Motorsports Club.
Right.
And so they were transitioning to an MC.
Yeah.
So I had to transition. So I had the scooter. So me never been, I rode briefly, but I went and got a scooter. It looked like the dude on Car Wash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I transitioned to a bike. But I actually, at that time, I met Queen. I was following her around. I was a chase vehicle the whole 9 yards. But when I decided to, hold on, I got to give my man Selfish from Block Burner props. When he had to go away to the service, he had to go do his time.
Okay.
He left me his brand new motorcycle, a Ninja 1000.
Wow.
Because I was a Block Burner. He was like, "Sell, you my brother, come get it," because I can't do nothing with it.
Right.
So I was, learning how to ride. That's how I learned how to ride on the 1000. And anyway, so I transitioned. I bought my first Harley from the candy shop, my man Punch.
That blue thing.
Yeah, and at that, I met Snowman in California for the first time.
Right. Wow.
I didn't even know Snowman here in Georgia. I never met him or none of that. So I met him in California. He rode me back home to Georgia, and from there, when I got back, I remember calling you, and I said, "Man, I'm ready." You said, "Bro, if you're ready, let's go." I said, "Well, Teebo, I got a vision, man. This, with this YouTube shit, blah blah blah." Remember the whole shit, the conversation we had,
Right.
and you said, "Sel, we need that.
Absolutely.
We need that. That I think, and if you want to take that on, let's do it. I got you."
Right.
The only thing you said was, make sure before you do anything, you let me know first so I can cover you.
Right.
And that was our agreement.
Yeah, that was the agreement. Yeah.
That was the agreement.
Absolutely.
From there, the birth of King Eminem. Remember, I said we don't want to use Big Sale because we don't want nobody to say that, I'm using the brand.
Right.
Remember, see?
Yeah.
So before y'all even get into it, we had already discussed that.
Right.
The brand, the FHO brand being mixed with the Kings of the South and the whole night. We and you
Correct.
sat down and we went through.
Correct.
So that's where the name King Eminem came from.
Correct.
Because we wanted to separate Big Sale, FHO, from King Eminem, Kings of the South.
Absolutely.
That's why we started Kingz TV.
Yep. King TV. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kingz TV.
So for all the people that say, "Oh, he used the club to get famous. He used the club to build his brand. He used the club. He just was taken from the club." No. Me and this dude had sat down and had a hell of a conversation about how to separate it, how to grow, how to do the thing. Yeah. And he told me, "Sel, man, if you think you can do it, I got your back. Just let me know everything first.
Yeah.
So that way when it come to me, I got you."
Because it came.
Yeah, every time.
but to you, Sel,
Yeah.
I want to thank you, man, because honestly, you're the one that bridged the gap between us, meaning the South and the West Coast. I rode to California because of you. I was the first president to ever cross that desert, man. When I got over there, they laughed at me like a motherfucker. Soul Brothers did, because we hit AZ first.
Yeah.
And I was burnt up, man.
Yeah.
That was my first time. So you played a tremendous and major role in why Kingz of the South is where it is today. And even with Meezy, man, I want to give my nigga his flowers, man.
He's still there.
Let me tell you something about this old motherfucker, man. First of all, y'all see Meezy out here.
Meezy with 82?
Meezy, I think 86.
80.
Let me tell y'all something about Meezy. What I love about Meezy, even when at the darkest of times with the Kingz of the South, and people know what I'm touching on without going into that. When we had to sit down
Yeah.
at the Ultimate Bar and Grill, you know who was sitting there with me? Meezy.
Yeah.
When another situation went down, Meezy was there. Meezy is still active, representing the brand, not himself. He representing the brand like he did when he first came in the club. And I salute that man because that man is representing something that I started, man. And I ain't even represented like that no more. So all I could ever do, step aside, Brother Meezy, do your thing, man.
I got one for you. Hold on, let me hit you with this.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that makes you happy.
You ready for this bomb right here? Hold on, let me wait these motherfuckers. I'm finna hit you. I'm finna drop a bomb. He being nice. I'm finna drop a fucking bomb. Hold on. Think I'm finna tell you. Meezy is the only reason why you motherfuckers have been T-rolled yet. I'm gonna say it again. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Meezy, King Meezy, is the only reason why you motherfuckers ain't been T-rolled, fucked up and beat up and the rest of that shit. Period.
Hey, man,
Period.
that dude is I can see.
Listen, Atlanta Kings of the South, founders, past members, and present, because they know that he was ready to go
Absolutely.
at any given time.
He was there when I called.
Because they know, and I'm gonna just say this, because they know he had a toy AK-47 in his saddlebag at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know that.
Yeah.
That is the only reason why the Kings have not been T-rolled.
He stand up. I mean, when adversity comes, either you gonna get down or lay down.
But he's the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
And then you can lay it on down.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with no relationships between the founders and so. It ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Me's one of the ones. If you
I
see
said it,
someone-
and anybody got a problem with what I said, it is what it is. Challenge me if you want to, but that's facts.
The man, cats deserve their flowers at this point in the game, man. We ain't no young cats doing this shit no more, man. And I want to make sure that I give cats their flowers, man, because so shout out to him and what he's doing and his whole, man, just
I'm gonna tell you somebody else
Who?
that they was worried about.
Who?
King Pooh.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That look, him,
Come on.
him,
That's my guy.
yeah, the light-skinned dude and the dark-skinned short dude.
Hey,
Him and King Pooh together,
yeah,
it's enough ammunition to fill a stadium.
yeah. The soldiers, man.
Yeah.
Soldiers.
Now,
Meezy
I'm telling you the realest shit ever now.
Meezy moved through the ranks. He was a road captain. He was a VP. No, he was a road captain, sergeant at arms.
Listen, man.
VP and a
He kept it
president.
nice. I gave it to you. I told y'all I was going to keep it 100. Now, understand this. I'm not doubting anybody else that was stood on the front, because there was multiple of us at multiple times that stood on the front line.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, when the conversation come up, man, let's see how we going to get them cats. Well, man, you know Meezy, you know Pooh, you know. They wasn't plotting because they knew no matter what, if they was around, it was gonna be more than just a thump. It was gonna be some, the whole guy. So that's that, man. So Meezy, King Meezy Max, King Pooh,
Double D.
And again, you got Marvo, you got a couple.
Hey, I'm gonna get to them
Yeah,
too.
you
man.
got a couple of cats, but I'm just saying, man, hands down now. I said it, so if you got a problem with what I said, get at me. Put the question up, the whole nother.
Can I just say something
do
real
your
quick?
thing.
So even with like Marvo, you mentioned Pooh. Man, these two cats right here, man. These dudes call my mom. They got my mom a number, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They call my mom, and I don't know that they calling my mom.
Mm.
You know, that's family. You know, this ain't something, them dudes just good dudes. And Marvel, he's another one. Man, when adversity hit, you know what Marvel did? Marvel, nigga, because at the time that we finna get out, Marvel, nigga, what? Nigga, Marvel pulled me right up, no games involved, man.
Yeah.
So these guys, even with King O, let me tell you how, real quick, how King O became Sergeant on. We had strikers, man. We had a party. I don't know what the fuck went on. Somebody said something, man, and older man just came in the club, man. All I saw was this tall dog motherfucker coming over. All I saw was a fist, nigga.
Yeah.
And somebody on the ground. And that day, I made that man Sergeant on.
There it is. That.
Then he went in the club.
See, the thing about is this: once his little skinny ass get riled up,
he get riled up.
He get riled up. Once O get riled up, it's over with.
Old Tommy Hearn looking motherfucker. Yeah.
Non-Sugar Ray Leonard ass.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that, man. So how long was you actually the president of the Mother Chapter?
President for 7.5 years.
7.5 years.
Longest run ever.
Longest run ever.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely got to thank you, man, because I'm telling you, you gave birth to me, and the confidence that you gave me, and even in times where it wasn't popular to be my president.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, even in the times where it was popular to be my president, even when you had to suspend me because the vote was what it was.
Yeah, it was a lynch mob for your ass, boy. I had to learn, man.
Yeah.
I had to learn.
Well, and that's the thing, too, because I've had so many other members come back to me and say, Sil, I'm sorry, but I was just caught up in the matrix.
You got to.
Yeah.
Well, you fucked up, man. A grown man come back, you know what? And that's how me and this man even came back together, because we weren't always on the same page. And, man, it's almost like we the best of friends that he'll call me and love you back, man. It's
real shit now. This ain't no... So let me tell y'all something, man. Because one thing about it, and I would just say this, man. I would just do a little bit of payment. Yeah, I don't need no new friends.
The nigga glossy right now. Money is not an issue right now.
It's not an issue, player. You know what I'm saying? We not looking for new friends. We good over here. So I'm just letting you know. But as a grown man, like you said, man, when you know, and again, you got to understand this. There's stuff that I can talk about for this guy that I've done and stuff that I can't talk about for this guy that I've done.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's just all part of the love for the Kings of the South. Right. You feel what I'm saying? And I can say this with all, I have faced death several times because of the Kings of the South. Period. I
myself as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't take that from us. Period. And again, I'm talking about I'm talking about done faced death and then decided, hey, said my prayer, it is what it is. Let's get this shit over with.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why you can feel the way that you feel, and that's why I can feel the way that I feel. So let me say that. Let me do a little bit of my story. So after having that conversation with you about, my vision for social media, YouTube at the time, and the racing and this and that, coming from California, seeing the racing, seeing all the hype and the fun. My whole vision the blessing came from you, but the vision came from, it had got boring here in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So me being from the West Coast, the racing they was doing, boom, let's start this. Because a lot of people don't know, the very first ever Harley race here in Georgia was me and Lil E.
Mm.
That was the very first Harley race.
Wow.
And we did it. Remember, that's when they had the shop over there for Highway 85.
Yeah, DK no man.
And we went around on that side, on that back street. Yeah. And that's what birthed the Harley racing here in Georgia, me and Lil E.
That's real.
And that's why I tell YG, his son.
Cash.
That's why I tell Cash, your daddy, your daddy was the very first Harley race. I smashed him, of course, hands down. But
right.
Me and Lil E was the very first Harley race here in Georgia. Nobody had ever seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
And I again, homage to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Brought that out here. And from there, that's what kicked it all off. But the vision that I've always had for everything that I've done was was the Kingz. Remember, I used to call you and say, Teebo, man, I'm telling you, we gonna. He'd be like, what? Well, okay, if you think you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, true story.
Yeah. He used to be like,
because Cell used to come with some outlandish stuff, man. Even with the anniversary, excuse me, the anniversaries that you all see now was birthed by this man, and at the time, it just seemed like it was outlandish because
a dealership and
yeah, you do your typical at the event center and things of that nature, and you know, your mindset. I always tell people, y'all think Cell a dummy. This man is. You're not going to out hustle him.
period.
His mindset is in another stratosphere, you know, and you gotta, because I'm the type of person where, as a president, you gotta let people be who they are, whatever their specialty is. I can't get in your lane because we're gonna bump all over the place. So I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm gonna let you do your thing, and by letting you do that, man, look at this, look at all this shit. Man.
Yeah. You gave it to me, and I'm telling you, was like, I'm selling a dealership. I don't know. That ain't never been done before. And I said, I know that.
Never.
I said, I know that. Let me pull this thing on. I just need you to when they call you, just
So what do you think the anniversary would be at? If you
Oh man, listen to the entire 78 nation, to every cat that wear the patch. Let me tell you something. And to every chapter, even to the Atlanta Mother chapter. And let me say this to my man Lorenzo. Me and you had a conversation on Facebook the other day, and I gave you the top 5. Okay, I gave you that because the legacy of what the Kingz have built brings them out, hands down. Mm-hmm. Y'all pack outside. Period. Top 5. But let me tell you something, Lorenzo. You're doing the same thing. You're actually doing less than what we started doing in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I was still a king, our anniversary would be in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I'm telling you that right now.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about?
We'd be in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah. And you know what? I talked to Zoe called me about that. And Zoe, shout out King Zoe, man, Mother Chopper, Sergeant and all. Zoe, one of them young gunners, man. And like I had to explain to him, like I told him, man, you supposed to think your club is the shit.
Period. Hands down.
Period. So nothing wrong with what he said, but like I said, you got to go, even with the West Coast, where it's hard to go at some shit where it started.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Young Cash,
Prince of Atlanta,
Malcolm X, Big Time Son, and Shano Lyons. Those are only 3 cats that I know in this Harley game that's the future of Atlanta. The West Coast
got 19, 20, 30, 40 of them.
These motherfuckers got their grandchildren out there invest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they race every night. I mean, look at the race scene where we are now.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Period.
Street King done knocked off everybody, and don't nobody want to raise, nobody wants to lose, and all this stuff. So out there, they have these young cats doing this shit every night, all night, every day.
Every night is a movie.
You know, every night is a movie.
Yeah.
And then when you talk about what you doing to your bike,
yeah,
it started, I mean, like the washers on the bike.
Period.
Everybody that got colored washers on their bike, they got that shit from punching.
Period.
I mean, come on, bro.
All Allens and all that shit.
All that expensive ass shit.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where.
And then, like I told him too, you've never been there to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he say he going.
Yeah, he ain't gonna have to go.
Yeah, he got to go.
Yeah, and that's what I tell everybody. You got to go to see what I'm talking. So don't just get mad because you number 5 or number 7 or number 10 or number nobody. Don't get mad.
Yeah.
Go and then come back and challenge me.
Yeah. It's different out there.
It's totally different.
It's different.
There's no time to sleep.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. If you pull up out here in Atlanta right now with a Sour Patch Kid bike, paint job, or a Sonic the Hedgehog,
You could do a Now or Later bike out here. They're going to laugh at you.
Home Depot paint scheme. These niggas out here gonna laugh. Oh man, look at that shit, a fuchsia colored bike. Them young motherfuckers out there got pink bikes, lime green,
Skippy peanut butter,
Skittles.
Cheerio, Frosted Flakes.
this is true. The mentality is different. The mindset is different in what they trying to do, man. So shout out to the West, man. Shout out Kingz, though.
Yeah, that part right there, man. So here we are. We're here now.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with you and the national board? What happened with that? What how did that come about?
Man.
And what first? So let me say this. Let me go back before that. Was the Kingz originally set up to only be one chapter ever? Was that how it was originally set up? Because I was told by a founder that the problem that they had with me was, Sale, we never wanted to be where we are today. We just wanted to keep it nice, quiet, and quaint. And you came in and fucked that up.
I don't think I don't agree with that. We've never been quiet. I think the conversation, people had concerns about if we get up to 100 members. And I think when I was president, I think we were up like 150.
When I came in, we was at like 25 or 30.
Really?
Yeah. So because it was the first wave. It was me. I came in right after Measy and them. So it was, then that's when. Let me say this, but then that's when the Stunners had broke up and I brought them cats over.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't want. Yeah, I don't want to say. I said it. Fuck. That's when I brought them 10. Yeah. Remember, I got with them and said, if y'all come over at 10,
that was big.
Yeah,
that was big.
I brought them cats over from the Stunners.
Fully patched.
Yeah, because it was 10 or more.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So I was never against growing, but the way I am as a president, whatever the club decides, that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
So, and obviously, they decided we growing.
Period.
And here we are today.
That part.
So
when it comes time for, and let me just say this. I got to put some more stuff out there, some more facts for y'all to understand. The very first chapter besides Atlanta for Kingz of the South was who?
The very first chapter outside of Kingz of the South?
What was the second chapter of Kingz of the South?
It's either, is it Central Florida or Central
yeah.
Florida?
Remember you gave me the use like sell.
Shout out to Central Florida, man. Shout out to BMO, was the first president down there, man. Shout out to him,
you was
man.
like, well, Sal, how do we do this? I said, let me put it all together.
Yeah. And they came up here. BMO and them came up here. I met them, man. Yeah, that whole
Boogie is country and Boogie as a motherfucker. I said it, BMO. You was Boogie as a motherfucker. All you country ass.
Shout out to Central
Florida. But that was the second chapter. And again, you said, well, Sal, how do we do it? What do we got to do? The whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I brought it to you. Say, okay, let's put it together.
Yeah.
And we ended up me and Marvo.
Yeah, Marvo. Yep. Sure.
Me and Marvo.
I was gonna say Marvo.
We made that shit happen.
That's a fact.
Because the club was like, me and Marvo, fuck it, let's do it.
I remember the politics of that.
Yeah, all that bullshit. So anyway, that's that. So here it is now. We get ready to do a national board. Do you remember the conversation me and you had when you were saying, Sal, when can we go national?
I remember asking you as far as with the 5 chapters and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But let me touch on the national. So when the national came up, I had a meeting when we had the clubhouse over on Simpson.
Okay.
I told the club, I said, we are going to, this is my last year as president. I'm stepping down. Myself and King Red, and shout out to King Red, man. I gotta give a shout out to him because in them dog times, man, Red would be following me home and I didn't even know it. Sitting outside the house.
Wow.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So on some real brotherhood, real OG Pop told him, man, whatever you do, Red, watch out for my son.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to King Red. I love you, man. I appreciate you for that, man. But I said to the club, man, me and Red, we working on the national. And at that point, I get a call from 2 enforcers that I put in place. And they said, well, now normally, since we just getting started, you would think automatically I would just slide into that position.
But you were supposed to.
But so even if it would have went up for a vote, I was never afraid to run against anybody because I never lost an election.
Yeah.
Never lost an election. And they called me and they said, Teebo, they said, what do you think about being the national VP and Jose being the national president? And that fucked me up, because I never knew that was an aspiration that Jose wanted to do.
Because he never presented that.
He never presented that.
Yeah.
You know,
Even to us, he would always say, I don't ever put me in, don't take no pictures, don't put me in the limelight, don't,
yeah. And Jose, honestly, man, you know, I still, that love for him is still there. You know, but, and when they told me that floored me, because, like, if you weren't with Kingz of the South during that 7.5-year run with the mother chapter, not me, the mother chapter, you missed the ride. You missed the King.
Period.
You missed
the days.
You wasn't around there for J Money. You weren't around there for King Cheese.
Diesel.
OG Pop, Diesel, Thor, Gino. I mean, Hanif. We can't never forget about Hanif.
Yeah.
Quiet little cat, man. You missed the time. I don't know what to tell you, you know, and I know that's probably why a lot of people join Kingz of the South. You know, because of that run is forever cemented, because in Atlanta, we came in and we did some shit ain't nobody ever did.
Period.
I remember a guy in Strikers, old OG cat, said, man, 1 minute I heard Kingz of the South, I heard about y'all, a couple of y'all riding around. The next thing I know is 100 and some of y'all riding around here. I was like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was fast. The movement happened so fast. I don't think any of us was ready for it, honestly, to be 100% honest.
That's how fast it took off.
That's how fast it took
So
off.
when the national thing came up, you expected to be the national president, but you was asked to dummy down and be the VP. Now, and so let me give my scenario, because when they brought it to me, okay, and this was me. In order to be a national president, you got to be willing to be on the ground and to be present and to be seen and to be able to be there when it was time to be there.
Correct.
Period. Those were the qualifications. And when it came to me, that's what I said. So, of course, at that time, like you said, Jose never presented that. He never presented that that's what he wanted to do.
Right.
So just to hold a title was not the thing to do.
No.
Yeah, just to have the title of, no, you can't just hold that title, because that takes work.
Right.
Like,
but let me tell you this.
Okay.
My loyalty to Jose at the time, if Jose would have picked up the phone and said, Teebo, man, what you being him one-on-one, because that's how we've always been.
Yeah.
Man, this dude was tired like this, man. If he would have called me and said, hey, Teebo, I know we getting ready to do the national, because the shit was new to me. That's why we deferred to you for the info and the XYZ and all that kind of stuff. And Red doing his part. If he would have said, Teebo, what you think about me? Let me be the national president.
Just to kick this thing off.
And you run the national, be the national VP. And what the other two guys said, they said, well, Teebo, you'll still be able to control and run everything, but it wasn't about controlling, because I ain't never been no control and run everything type nigga.
Period.
I know what my role is. When it's time for me to step in, I step in. When it ain't time for me to step, I step out. I let people do their jobs. If you're a sergeant at arms, enforce the rules of the organization, XYZ. So if he would have called me and said, if that's what he aspired to do, I would have said, big bro, run it. If he would have called.
Yeah.
But you send two other dudes to deliver a message to me when me and you supposed to be like this. And we ain't never been like that. Me and this dude
and then I can kind of understand how you feel, because to have two unqualified cats, y'all to have two unqualified cats come to me to discuss that role, like, how did y'all even in the conversation?
My response to them was, who the hell are y'all?
Period.
And this it ain't nothing but this just facts.
Yeah.
Who are y'all to come to me and make me an offer when I put you
in
the position you in?
Yeah.
That fucked me up, man.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Fucked me up.
I can see that. Now, I got this one. It's always been said that Big Cell can't be trusted. Big Cell slimy. Big Sale, you know, you don't let him hold this, don't let him hold that. It's been the rumor forever. I just found out that somebody was just told this rumor a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. It's been said forever, and I'm gonna just tell y'all right now. Here it is. It's always been said that I stole money from the club. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, how true is that?
It's a falsehood. So let me tell you this.
Yeah.
At the first anniversary,
that I spent my own money on that.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
We were discussing like the bands and all this stuff people do now with the bands. So the thing was, cause Sale didn't give a fuck about begging and all, and obviously he done begged his way up on a blessing.
On a blessing.
This nigga done begged his way up on a blessing round this motherfucker. So maybe I need to beg round this motherfucker. So it was the thing, Sale always begging, Sale this, Sale that. Do not let Sale handle any money, XYZ, XYZ. So obviously you get bands to people to sell the bands, right? Mm-hmm. Sale is the only one
selling bands
and giving the money back. Sale is the only one that didn't
steal.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Imagine that. Yeah. But me being me, let me tell you how I am, because I believe in standing in the gap for my niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I stood in front of a bus.
Yeah.
One of the founders. About that situation.
Yeah.
And, I even let Jose know, hey man, these folk trying to get at him.
Yeah.
They don't want him here. Well, you can't put no found out of this shit, that's just what it is. So me, nigga, I had to do a Donald Trump. Nigga, hey, we had a flawed system.
The ballot box is fucked up.
We had a flawed system, and guess what? We moving on, and guess what? We not putting him out.
Period.
We not putting him out. You remember that meeting? I set up in the meeting.
Yeah.
Told him. Yeah. And we lost members because of that.
A lot of members walked out because we didn't get rid of King Los.
Yeah.
King Los got caught stealing the money. Yeah, I'm saying. King Los got caught stealing some money. Got caught not being able to account for some bread. And you basically just said, hey, fuck it is what it is. Yeah. And members got up, turned in their colors and the whole 9 yards because of that. Because it just wasn't fair. Especially when I was suspended before I even was found not, I was suspended before being found not guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But me being me,
yeah,
that's my dude at the time.
Yeah.
And we ain't kicking him out.
Yeah.
So whatever fault, was I right in that? No. Right? But I'm loyal to the soil. And I think my loyalty is what got me fucked up.
And I'm gonna tell you this too. When you joined the Kingz, man, at that time, we're talking about the time ago. Maybe not now. I don't know how they feel. I don't know how these young cats feel now. I don't even know if the spirit is still there. It was a spirit that came over you, homie, that enveloped you and blinded you from everything but the Kingz. So I can understand at that time how you made that decision. Mm-hmm. Because I'm telling you, bro, that shit was powerful. Yeah. The hold of the Kingz, that 78 shit,
yeah,
that shit grabbed you, homie, and shook the shit out of you, and you forsake your wife, your girlfriend, your mama, your granddaddy, your kids. You didn't give a fuck about nothing.
Like a drug. It was like a drug, man. It's like we actually stood for something, and back then we all moved as one unit.
Yeah.
One unit.
Yeah.
It wasn't none of the other shit. We moved as one unit, man, and we all, no matter what, man, we had each other back.
Yeah. So here we go. What was it? What was the final straw for you? What was it that happened that made you? Did you leave Kingz of the South? Did you get kicked out of Kingz of the South? Did you betray Kingz of the South? What the fuck happened?
Well, for all the ones that's speaking on stuff that they don't know about, they weren't even in the club. They probably was in another club, because you got a lot of people voicing their opinion about shit, and they weren't even Kingz of the South wasn't even on their radar. You know, so it kills me for people to not know the history. They don't even know me. But you got a problem with Teebo because of what this other person said. That's some weak ass shit.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me nothing. Now, I'm going to listen to you when you tell me about this person ain't shit or whatever the case may be. But I'm going to get my own understanding of that person. Because at the end of the day, my nigga, I ain't no follower. I am a grown-ass man.
Period.
Okay? So, I was never kicked out of Kingz of the South. What I did was I left. And you know why I left? I left because when it was dark, and it was dark around this motherfucker, and you know that,
Yeah.
I left to save these niggas' lives, man, where they could wear them patches in peace. Do we have some hitters in that motherfucker? Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Is everybody a hitter?
Hell no.
Hell motherfucking no, because I done stood toe-to-toe with some serious shit.
Period.
And you know how many motherfuckers stood right there with me out of almost 80-something niggas?
About 7 of us.
5. 5 niggas was willing to go in. And you know who else was one that I would have never thought? I'm finna fuck you up. Julio Iglesias, a.k.a. King Swag.
Yeah.
That slick head motherfucker was right there next to me. When I put my back up against that wall,
Yeah.
nigga, whatever it was gonna be in that motherfucking, that night, all I know when I looked to my right, that son bitch was right there. Swag, I love you for that shit. And I ain't gonna never forget you did that shit.
Yeah.
And you know who else said, fuck all this shit? Marvo came in that motherfucker, nigga, come on, nigga.
Yeah.
Pulled me right out that motherfucker. But at the time, I'm getting the death threats. Okay? I'm getting all the bullshit. I'm riding all the way out to California.
Yeah.
Knowing there's a green light on my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what hurt me the most is that some of the founders was in on the bullshit. Not something I heard.
Something you know.
From some other Joe Blow down the street. This stuff I heard on audio tape. That broke my fucking heart, man. Because how can it go about one individual and then I get a phone call, hey, this shit bad, man. You know, some motherfucker want to put something on, they want to put a green. You know, what? My conversation. Now, I done rode all the way to California.
Yeah.
Me and Pitbull, shout out Pitbull. Shout out to Pitbull Row. Nigga.
Is he still there?
No.
No, he gone too.
My life on the line, my nigga. And I get a call from Jose, and I get a call from Big John. And what I was told on that phone was that that's what it was. And that, I didn't understand that, and that shit was weird to me, my nigga, because it came out of nowhere. But at the end of the day, how I was as a president, I spoke. Now, you may not have liked what I said or how I say shit, but am I lying?
Nope.
And when I sat down at the table, see, and this the thing, Teebo ain't never ran from nobody. So what you all hear, what you've heard, all that shit, ask some of these niggas that been around when I was in leadership. Teebo has always been front line. I've been in the room. A lot of y'all can't say you've been in the room. And when somebody tell me they ain't listening to us no more, Teebo, they listening to you. I knew right then.
It was going to be a problem.
I'm a problem.
Yeah.
So me being me, the leader that I am, I'm going to go down with the ship. But when I see, I know I look over here, I know Pooh going to go.
Yeah.
I know Meezy going to Marvo.
Yeah.
But also when I look at them niggas, they all got families.
Yeah.
They got kids. So if I'm the one that I could end this shit and make sure they get home safe to their family, and the little square nigga in the club over here get home to his family, hey, tell you what I do. Sit up all night, cry like a motherfucker, and say, you know what?
Yeah. To save the faith.
I'm done.
Yeah.
To this day, nigga, it was gonna be a fucking bloodbath out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So that's why when niggas speak on shit that they don't know about, be careful what you speak on when you don't know what you're talking about, because you ain't been around. You know what I'm saying? So I never wanted to be the president of Kingz of the South. Oh, I can do this and I can do that.
You never had
Man, I was fucking before the fucking motorcycle shit. I've been, excuse me, mama, I've been fucking since I was 12 years old, my nigga. I'm fucked
It
out.
ain't been about getting no pussy.
Nigga, I'm fucked out, man. So let's all that shit niggas get into this shit for. No, nigga, I love what I started. And I went hard for my shit and I spoke up for my shit. And we had a reputation.
I'm gonna remind you of something. We was at the Starship. We had I think it was during a Friday night we had, and some people came to the door and I told you, I don't give a fuck what you say, prayers, they ain't coming in.
Right.
You said, that's how you feel?
Yeah.
I said, fuck that.
Yeah.
You said, okay. I said, I got it. If you need me to go out there, he's like,
Mm-hmm. But we didn't never, honestly, man, I mean, we didn't get into it for that. But I'm going to tell you what an OG said with Wheels of Soul, and I can't remember his name, but he's from the Mother Chapel up in Philly. He told all of us up at Strikers, we were at their anniversary party, and they wanted us to get down with them.
Yeah.
And we respectfully declined.
Yeah.
But what he said, it stuck with me forever. He said, we respect that. He said, but just know,
it's gonna be times.
it's gonna be times y'all gonna be hit with some adversity, my nigga.
Period.
And
We
boy,
knew that.
And boy, did that motherfucker
But we
come.
knew that. We talked about it.
Yep.
That 7 years, the original 7 years, we talked about it. We knew. And we was always prepared for that.
Yeah.
That solid crew that we had, the Double D, me, Measy, Pooh, that group, that you couldn't fuck with that. It was.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you look, it's a picture we took in front of the junction.
Yep.
With all the officers,
Mm-hmm.
some of the founders. You will never be able to duplicate
that.
Because when that crew right there was good,
it was all good.
That was an untouchable crew, man. So just to let folk know, man, in order for these folk to make it home to their families, man, nigga, I sacrificed myself. I'm gonna ask the people something. Do y'all honestly think that I wanted to leave my shit?
That you birthed. So I got a question from Doc J. Doc J said she's confused. Why were you greenlit? Doc J, we were greenlit because we didn't want to play by the rules that they set forth. The Kingz at that time, we had made the decision as a club to not fall up under anybody, to not brother up with no other club or to be affiliated with no other entity. And at that time, the decision was made to say, okay, well, hey, we respect that, but just know what that means.
But that particular, and you correct on that. But yeah. Doc J, what's up, Doc J? It was something else, and I don't want to touch on that.
Yeah,
or touch on what we're actually talking about because that I don't want to go into that. But something serious went down, and some things came up. It was dead, then it came back up. It died again, then it came back up again.
Every time new leadership came in.
Yeah, so I don't want to touch on that because as far as my relationship, we good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. But so with me, I wasn't budging.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying on anything. Now we can sit down and we can have the conversations, and
out of respect,
because as a man, I demand respect and I'm gonna give it in return. So we can have the conversations, and they said what they said, and I said, and I stood on what I stood on, and pretty much that's where that came from, Doc J. But I don't want to get in, especially on social media, about the intricate details of that particular situation.
But we did address the question, so thank you. All right, now you ready for the bullshit?
Yeah.
So all this stuff happened. You sit up here, you talk about your passion and your love for Kingz of the South, and how you birthed it and it's your baby, and you want this and you want that, and the love you got for still love you got for Jose and everybody else. But then you go and start King's World. What was that all about?
You know what? I started King's World because I was pissed, man. I was mad. I was furious. I was hurt, disappointed. King's World should have never been born. I tell anybody, King's World was a crack baby. That was a fire-ass patch now, but King's World was a crack baby that should have never been born because I went against my morals as far as being a support club and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And then when I got rumors of people saying, "Well, you're not gonna be able to do this, and you're not gonna be able to do that," I show you better than I can tell you. You ain't gonna tell me what I'm not gonna do in this free goddamn country. Now I'm gonna respect the rules or whatever the case may be, but don't just get on the high horse and tell me what I'm not gonna do. So all the different threats and things of people saying this and that, and like I said, I did it because I was angry. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was angry and disappointed at Jose.
Okay.
I was disappointed at Los because these two brothers right here, man, and it's still love in my heart for them even after all this shit. They sold me. I was sold out, man. I was sold out. And motherfuckers can deny it and all they want.
All of us been sold out though.
But the proof, man, we can go down the line at this point.
So listen, let me just say, I'm gonna just say it because I know you know, but all of the people who were a factor, who have ever been a factor, and I'm gonna kind of say it like that.
Correct.
Your VIPs.
Yeah, you did that bullshit.
Yeah, all of your VIPs.
Right.
If you were ever a VIP in King's, you never lasted.
No.
They found a way to get rid of you. And from the top down, if you were, and I can name names, Snoop, Action Jackson, me, Meezy, you, so forth. I don't want, because it's a bunch too. It's a bunch, put it like that.
Yeah.
It seemed like an organization. Once you rise, high risk or whatever.
Really?
Once you rise to that status of standing for the rules completely, I'm you know the rules or manhood or whatever you want to call it, it's a problem in the KOTS nation.
Yeah, if you speak up as a man, it's sad that, like I said earlier, we got people out here representing this shit while other folk at home, man, and they're representing the brand, not themselves. I can see if they out here not wearing their colors, saying, "Hey, I'm the shit, fuck King shit and all that shit," and they ain't got their colors on. These motherfuckers hitting them highways, the byways, representing this brand. And the only thing with me was I was the first, and my loyalty to, because I'm a loyal dude, that's what got me blindsided. And when I finally opened my eyes and like, damn, these niggas done on some shit.
Yeah,
It was too late. It was too late. So I had to make a choice. But even to this day, Meezy's still boxing. He bobbing and weaving in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, shout out to that new suspension you got too, Meezy. Shout out.
God damn, nigga. What?
Shout out to that new suspension.
Ain't heard about that one, nigga. Ain't heard about that one.
Yeah,
but
if he ain't got it, it's in the mail. They go send it.
But even with Meezy, you would think it's almost like they keep coming until you get tired. And that's why I want to salute that man, because they had him right now. You know what I'm saying? They had him, you know, and that's a lot, man, for some shit that's supposed. See, people say the lifestyle and this. Honestly, man, this is a glorified recreational activity we doing out here.
For some people. For some of us, it's a lifestyle.
Now, some of them get out. Don't get me wrong.
It was a lifestyle for me.
But you got that, nigga, you all over this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Every weekend I was going.
So, but come on, man. It's different tiers of this shit. Everybody ain't gonna do everything, man. But just shout out to him, man, and keep your head up, bro.
Question. Say, this is from Who is Young Lace. How was you sold out?
How was I sold out?
Yeah.
So if somebody's on the phone and they say, our plan worked out the way we wanted it, we finally got that nigga out of here.
I mean, you was plotted against. Yes.
Bro, this shit been a plan
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. And that you got that on audio.
Yeah, and I ain't the only one that heard it. Plenty of niggas heard that shit. You know what I'm saying? So let me just say this. So instead of motherfuckers turning their head saying, nigga, what type of nigga is you to plot against one of your own?
Yeah.
Motherfucker want to ask me a question like that. Like I'm the one did the fucked up shit.
Yeah.
No, trust me, I've been 10 toes down. The same thing y'all running and gunning doing,
We've been doing it.
we've been doing that. We've been doing that.
It's because of us that you do it.
And all that shit got was niggas got sold on the auction block. That's just, these are just the facts, man.
All right, so Kingz World, what made you decide to shut it down?
I decided to shut Kingz World down, man, because honestly, man, when King Cheese died, that fucked me up.
Yeah.
Because in the midst of all this bullshit,
You never got a chance to be
us going back and forth. Number one, Cheese used to be my VP. Being this dude, he from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'm from Atlanta. We from the same west side of Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was my guy, man. And in the midst of all this bullshit, we lost Cheese. So one night, me and Los weren't talking at the time. I get a call from King Los. And when he called me, I already knew what it was. Nigga, I'm on the phone shedding tears, and he was too. And at that particular time is when the conversation started. I shut down Kingz World. And shout out to them young cats in South Carolina that stood.
Because you had some little hitters out there too.
Oh yeah, I still got them.
Okay.
Yeah, they still there.
Okay.
D-Money, Rambo, Freight Train, all them cats up there. And King Ja, man. I can't forget about King Ja, man. Man,
Ja, what's up, baby?
Shout out to Jay, man. Jay I can turn my back, and I never got to worry about nothing with King Jay, man. And
if you can keep him out of New York, though.
Yeah. They don't want him. I think they got warrants up there.
Oh, yeah.
But Jay is solid as they come. Jay told me some shit a long time ago, and this when me and Jay weren't even close like this.
Yeah.
When he was in the club, when we all were there. He said, Teebo, he didn't say no names. He just said, Teebo, watch who you got around you.
Yeah.
And you know me, I'm like, all right, man, I got you.
Yeah.
The nigga told me, and boy, he was right.
Yeah.
He was right.
So that's that. So with all of this, with all of this stuff going on, with all the, because apparently it seems like really the hurt, the betrayal, the whole shit, it comes from just you and Jose just really being tight. To go from really being tight to the betrayal, to whatever. Have you ever reached out to him and tried to just say, look, man, let's just sit down and talk about this shit, man?
I've reached out. So when I talk, when it came up, we started having the conversations about me coming back, right?
Oh, so it has been conversations about you coming back.
Absolutely. Me and Los, we started this when like I say, when Cheese died.
Okay.
So I called Joe. Joe said, Teebo, because I called him, asked, did he have an issue with me coming back? Joe didn't have no issue. He said, but do me a favor. He said, give all the founders a call.
Okay.
I said, you know what? At first I was like, I said, you know what, Joe? I'll do you that. I called all the founders. Ain't nobody had no problem. Even with Big John, to his credit. Big John told me on the telephone. He said, Teebo, he said, I don't have an issue with you coming back. He said, as a matter of fact, Teebo, you are the best president Atlanta has ever had. He said, the only problem I got with you, Teebo, is that tape conversation. And my reply.
And that's the conversation where he said what he said.
Yeah.
And you ended up hearing it.
I ended up hearing it. And what I told him, well, I didn't record.
So he was the one that said we finally got him out of there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and he said that's the only problem. Then I said, I didn't record you. So, but I respected him on what he said when he told me that. Only person I didn't talk to was B.I.G.
Okay.
He the only one I didn't talk to. Talked to Jose. We had a conversation. I reached out to Jose. Jose said he was gonna call. We were gonna go out to lunch, and this has been since 2020, and I'm still waiting for this sit down with Jose. I text him. I got the text to prove it. Where I tried to sit down with him. Hey man, when we gonna have a sit down? Because honestly, I don't know what his issue is. I never know what his issue is because you got cats like Marvo. And the reason I want to use Marvo because I know if you call Marvo, he gonna say what he gonna say.
Yeah, he gonna stand on what he said. It ain't gonna be no flex.
Ain't nobody gonna check him either.
Yeah.
Like they do some niggas.
Yeah.
Marvo say, yeah, Jose. Hey man, what's the problem with Teebo? Jose say, I ain't got no problem with Teebo. But
every time it come up for a vote.
No.
Okay.
So that lets me know because everything, ain't none of this shit on no motorcycle shit. You get what I'm saying? None of it. Because everybody and their mama coming back to Kingz of the South right now. Everybody.
Except Big Sal.
Except Big Sal. No. What I'm saying is cats coming back to the club with no problem.
Yeah.
But when Teebo name comes up,
it's a problem. There's
an issue. So can I break something else down real quick?
What the fuck?
So I get a call from King Black, president of the Mother Chapter.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Teebo, he said, man, I want you back. Me and Black was talking every night at one point. And I was giving advice on certain shit. You can take it and carry it and do what you want to do with it. And he said, Teebo, he said, I want you back in the club. He said, and I know you hold the cards to all the old heads, like the King Hollywoods, the Double D's, all these cats that are no longer active. So he said, the Jeters of the world, shout out to Jeter. He said, if you could do me a favor, if you could get all the old heads to come back, and I want you to come back too, could you do that for me? I said, say no more. We had a meeting over at T Barbershop, King T, at his barbershop / hair salon. PT was there, and there's another cat there. I think he's still a king. And we set it in motion. Next thing I know, I guess he got the call. Everybody else good. So that's why you see Double D back.
Yeah.
PT back.
Yeah.
Only reason Hollywood ain't back because what was said didn't happen because somebody else intervened and said, yeah, everybody else good, but Teebo, that's a no-go. So, first of all, ain't no one founder got power over another founder. So, for example, if Los has his opinion about something,
it's his opinion.
It's his opinion.
Period.
Same with Red, Big E, Joe, B.I.G., all of us. You are entitled to your opinion. But to say, once you give the no, and that's final say, and I'm going to tell you.
If it's 4-3, it's 4-3. If it's 5-2, it's 5-2.
Man, honestly, the vote was 4-4. Big E didn't have an issue. Joe didn't have an issue. Slim didn't have an issue. They didn't have it wasn't an issue. And then on top of that, let's just say if it would have been a tie, I had the Mother Chapter president backing it. He don't have an issue.
Yeah.
But being that Jose is, I don't know what it is. Once he says something, everybody fall back. And as a president of a chapter, that's a complete failure.
Period.
Because number one, you were voted in by the members. And if you the chapter president, I don't care what chapter you're in, once you make your call, that's it. And hey, guess what? The founder, you may not like it, but guess what? You're gonna have to get over.
Yeah.
So
especially when you're inactive.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened with you and Lois?
At where we at right now, once again, I'm dumbfounded again.
Okay.
Because we were talking, he came back, we back talking again, like I say when Cheese died. We talking every morning like we normally do. Okay. Next thing I know, Los come to the house. Los, man, Los is, a lot of people don't know this, man. Los is the goddaddy of one of my nieces.
Stop it.
He's goddaddy of one of my nieces, man. Next thing I know, he ain't speaking, he ain't talking again for whatever reason. Now, when I came back, once, see, I'm gonna ask you one time, because I know how this motorcycle shit go. Do I have your vote? Yes, your vote. Yes, it. Black, you good. I'm not gonna keep doing the roller coaster game when it come to me when I see everybody else coming back.
Yeah.
To some shit I started.
Yeah.
So I'm doing you a favor by even doing that. Okay. So all these folk coming back. Okay. I say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not here because all this shit is personal.
Yeah.
It's personal. So when I put on Facebook, I said, I want to thank Black. I want to thank all the people that gave me the yes vote. Okay. Next thing I know, this when Low stopped talking. Next thing I know, he said the problem he had was that I came back on Facebook. What difference does it make how I come back? I'm a grown ass man.
I was voted back.
I'm a grown ass man. If I want to go pay for a fucking billboard downtown and say, God damn it, I'm back. I'm grown, man. You don't tell me.
That's all right.
You don't tell me how. I don't know where this shit comes. This mentality, man. I'm my own man. I've always been my own man. You said what you said, and I'm gonna stand on that. So I don't do. If anything I did was on some personal shit, then on some motorcycle shit that I fucked up, and y'all fine. But this personal shit, that's what I ain't going for no more. I ain't going for the personal shit.
So here's a subject, man, we're gonna speak on. And I know people, I appreciate you guys for still being here. But we want to get this over and done with. This is it.
Absolutely.
No more interviews after this with King Teebo. I got the first, last, and the original. Are you banned from the Kings of the South events and clubhouse? Now, let me say this. I was banned from the Kings of the South clubhouse. I recently got an invite from Meezy that I would be, that I can come hang out with him, be exposed. But now, Meezy, by you being suspended, does the invitation still stand? But I'm just, so are you banned like me from the Kings of the South events and clubhouses?
Yeah, I'm banned from my own shit.
Wow. It ain't even my shit. So,
banned from my own shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. That I got ownership in.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you feel about that?
Man, honestly, man, I done did this shit at such a high level. That shit petty to me.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't come to y'all anniversary. Guess what? I see y'all at Breed. Anniversary is anniversary. You're not hurting me by telling me I can't come to I'm banned from the anniversary party. We started this motherfucking anniversary party shit. So at this point in my life, I'm on the decline as far as things I go to and things I do. Yeah. So I pick and choose where I want to go. So anyway, all I do is just sit back with my feet kicked up, man. And man, I love what the entire nation is doing. They're growing, they're doing their thing. And to all the brothers I don't know, man, keep doing your thing. Don't be scared to speak to me.
Period.
And that's the thing. If you see Teebo, don't take a picture with him in your vest, but you can take a picture with him out of your vest. These grown men.
And somebody can tell you to do that, and I'm fine with you.
But here's the deal. Here's the kicker. Now, we talking about king shit. We supposed to be kings.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if Marvo took a picture with me in his vest, and I'm in a vest, I bet you ain't nobody finna call Marvo. See, they pick and choose who they want to.
Let me just say this. That's with anything on this bike set. The weak will be extorted, and the strong will not be fucked with. So
you better look in the mirror when you go home, man. And ask, are you that person?
Okay. Back when in that 7-year reign.
Yeah.
In that 7-year reign.
Yeah.
We were unfuckwittable.
Absolutely.
You started a thing called Trophy Jacket.
Trophy Jacket. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if I don't see y'all all week. But Saturday night, 9:00 is Mando.
And we got cats showing up. We didn't go to no anniversary party, 25. We were going
89, 92,
90,
78.
And we were disrespectful with it.
Yeah, for sure.
We would get there. What? If trophy count was at 12 o'clock?
We got about 10:30.
Yeah. Yeah. We get there right before it's over, and then after that,
We out of that.
we took the party to our clubhouse.
Yeah.
That's just what it and this is my thing, man. And once again, shout out to Rap Breed at ATL, shout out to Snowman, Big Time, and all them cats over there. But my thing was with them.
Yeah.
They were the competition.
Period.
Not in a negative manner. But
No. There's on some fun shit.
They're all Harley Club, and we're all Harley Club. So my philosophy was wherever them niggas at, that's where we need to be.
Period.
And man, that shit was just a lot of fun. And we had a blast with it all, man.
Yeah.
We had a blast with it.
Wow. I see you rocking your new vest.
Yeah.
Get up and show the people the vest, man. Get up and show the people the vest, man.
Wow.
All blacked out. Probably have to take your headphones off. All blacked out. The motherfucker fly too. Yeah, you better be glad I can't rock that motherfucker because I sure get one. So you're labeling yourself as a nomad now.
Yeah.
Kingz of the South nomad.
Yep.
All black vests.
Yep.
The whole 9 yards.
Yep.
What's that about?
I don't belong to no chapter no more, man.
Yeah. So you saying you still a king regardless as to what everybody else is?
I started this shit.
Yeah.
I'm one of the ones that started. So just like I ain't got no reign over no other founder, ain't none of them got no reign over me. So guess what? I'm not going to continue to get into the rigmarole and all this crazy stuff that's going on and this dictatorship, this tyranny type shit that's going on. I'm not even finna get involved with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my thing, ride my motherfucking motorcycle when I get ready, and that's just what it is. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. I will never allow the shit that will happen to me ever again because I tried to do it the right way. And like I said, I've asked for sit downs. You know, even to this point, I don't want to forget this before we get out of here. I was invited to a national meeting to talk to the nation. I came to a national meeting by myself with over 100 niggas. I went in that meeting and I said, instead of me asking you all, speaking to you all, I want y'all to ask me whatever questions y'all want to ask. The same
You opened yourself up.
The same way you asking me, because I don't have nothing to hide. The first person to ask me a question was Jose. And his question was, who started Kingz of the South?
The founders. And
I turned to him and said, the founders. I didn't say Teebo. I said, the founders. And his response was, the founders? Then that's when the next thing, Joe chimed in, and he was on the microphone saying what he was saying. Then when I had the microphone, I said, so y'all not gonna let me speak? Then after that, next thing I know, pushing and shoving went on. Next thing I know, Joe come from another room because we was at his warehouse, and they come from behind. Now, I don't even know this dude coming from behind to even do what he did and tried to put me in a chokehold to a meeting that they invited me to.
So you wasn't slapped. Somebody said you got socked or slapped or something.
Teebo ain't never been slapped, stopped, or nothing. So y'all can dispel that lie right there. So I broke out of that. And then that's when Big E, Red, and all them.
So you think it was a setup?
Yeah, because they didn't let me speak.
Yeah.
They didn't let me speak. And I'm like, what?
So you sure you wasn't socked or slapped, nigga? That's what we heard.
No, we ain't never. Teebo ain't never been socked, slapped by nobody.
Okay.
In the motorcycle world ever, and since I've been out this motherfucker, I've been out here almost 20 years, man. That did not happen. But you invite me to a meeting to speak to the nation, but you won't let me speak to the nation because of these conversations right here. So that's why I said I'm getting ready. I'm closing this chapter today with me. Your questions about me, I done put everything out there for you. So I don't know why. And then I'm going to tell you this, to Joe's defense. Joe sent me an apology. Joe said he never should have did that.
Okay.
He never should have did it because it wasn't that serious. And the problem I got with dudes like Joe, it ain't no problem with Joe because I feel like.
But the way you did it in front of the whole crowd is how you should apologize. Because see, that's my thing.
I get you.
That's my thing. Like I told, when I got a call from my man Lace, shout out to my man Lace, but I got a call from him, and I basically just told him, Lace, let me tell you something. Until the apology comes to me the way that they tried to embarrass me or tried to front me, then I don't want to hear shit else. I mean, it's irrelevant to me.
Right.
Because that's how it always is. You make your statement in public, but then you call privately with the I'm sorry. And I'm just not with that shit.
But with Joe, when he did that, that's not even Joe, man. And I just felt like everybody getting caught up in this web of
the hype. That shit I told you, the shit is there.
You know what I'm saying? And and that's why I say again with newer cats in the club, because I'm gonna say one more thing. When you guys, that Kingz for Life rocker that y'all covet, that everybody wants every 5 years.
That you ain't got no business wearing.
That y'all got, that everybody wants that Kingz for Life rocker.
That you ain't got no business wearing.
Do y'all know where that rocker came from? This sign that y'all throw up in all y'all pictures, that y'all probably after this probably won't be able to throw it up. Do y'all know where that came from? So when people say, well, it was this, my vision, well, it looks, from when I see pictures, you know why I can smile? Because everybody I see, that's an image of me, my nigga. This Kingz for Life rocker, that came from me. I put the 5-year tag on that. Didn't nobody come up with that. And then this sign right here, originally, this was from my neighborhood, where I'm from, west side of Atlanta, Dixie Hill, Simpson Road.
So they don't even know what the fuck they throwing up.
But it adapted. It came into the Kingz because in every picture I was always like this, and it obviously looked like a cave. So fuck it, we can. So people don't know the history. They join in shit, don't know the history, don't know nothing. But you dragging Teebo, you don't know Teebo, but you dragging Teebo's name. You ain't never met Teebo. You ain't never sat down with Teebo. But because you in with whatever you in and whoever you with, that's the side of the fence you on. But everything you doing is an image of me. And that ain't me.
Your creation, your vision.
Look here, man. Yeah. I've been drugged. I've been slandered since 2016 when I left Kingz of the South. The entire slander campaign went out about me. And nobody can never say that Teebo ever bashed Kingz of the South on social media or anything. You know
what, real quick? What happened with the Soul Brothers thing? Because wasn't there something about you trying to backdoor them about starting the Soul
I wasn't
Brothers
even in the club then.
No. I thought that was the whole commotion about. Was you trying to start the Soul Brothers or trying to was going to sneak off?
I talked to, shout out to Sugar Bear. Me and him had talked about it, but they were trying to say I was in the club and I was trying to start. Man, I was at the club then. So you don't tell me who I can sit down with and have a conversation with.
Wow, okay. So, real quick, a lot of people, I saw somebody just text me and say, Sel, why did you get kicked out the King of the South? Like Teebo said, I was never kicked out of the King of the South. Never. At that time, my social media had kicked up to the point to where it was making big moves and big strides. And for me, I'm gonna tell you my personal thing. I think the club, some of the club members was getting jealous of my popularity. They were getting jealous of who I had became on social media, the whole 9 yards, even to the point where I had one of my partners from Wheels of Soul tell me they pulled up to the junction one day and they said, hey man, where Big Sale at? And he said, one of the members hollered, man, fuck Big Sale. Don't give a fuck. And he said that fucked him up because it was done in front of, a couple hundred people. And he called and said, bro, you sure that this, So when my popularity gained, and this is the only thing I know, my popularity gained to the point to where I believe it was Rover, E-Man, Skills, whoever it was at the time, created a social media clause, the Kingz of the South social media clause, and presented it to me and said that before I post anything on social media, that I had to give it to them first for approval.
Remember that?
Yeah, for approval. And then they would tell me what I can and cannot say. Now, this is the height of my social media. I had just started making money on social media. So this was my bread and butter.
Correct.
And now you telling me that a grown man that you here because of the shit that I brought attention to. You don't even hold a candle to me motorcycling wise. Can't fuck with me when it comes to motorcycling. But you're gonna tell me that I gotta give you all of my content first and let you review it, chop it up, screw it, and then give it back to me and tell me yes or no what I can and cannot post.
Right.
So at that point, I refused to sign the social media clause. And I just said, you know what, at this point, I'm done. And I'm going to just say this, man. And shout out to my dad, man, the big fella, homie. My best friend right now. The dude is off the chain, man. I just start smiling when I think about him. I went in the house and I cried like a baby. Hands down, I ain't going to tell you no lie. The shit fucked me up because
I've been there.
It was devastating for me to just say I'm done. But by that time, I had been a king almost 4 years. And I was on suspension 3 years and 9 months as a king. Out of the 4 years I was there, I was on suspension 3 years and 9 months.
Oh,
so, but that was it. The social media clause thing was it. And I told E-Man, no, I'm not doing that, whatever. Well, you out the club, blah, 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 no problem. I said, you know what, I'm done with this anyway. So when I was crying like a baby, I remember my daddy saying, son, what the fuck wrong, man? What's going on? The king, he said, man, be real with me. What them niggas got a picture of you sucking dick or something? We can go get it. Whatever we got to do.
You're not understanding.
Yeah.
As a man.
Yeah, he like, this ain't my son. Do they pay for your motorcycle? If you're not in the club, can you not have one? What the fuck is it?
Yeah. He
said, man, this shit gotta stop.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You've been doing great shit, and my dad's been my biggest encourager, homie. Like you motherfucker, we know about the Kingz because of you. You the one made them, motherfucker. You the one built them. You the one, the whole world know about them. And it was just some shit, man. It was just, that's what it was. That was the ultimate last straw for me, man. When they created a social media clause just for me.
Right.
And the social media was how I was eating. That was my bread and butter.
Right.
So that's why I ended up leaving. At that point, I had no choice but to leave. Because I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not, you didn't have me do this. You didn't have me do that. Then the other thing of it was, every time I would do a post, the phone call from the OMCs, or they just called us and they want to whoop our ass because you said this. And I'm like, dude, my number is fucking on the damn, it's on the post. I'm on every bus stop in Georgia.
Right.
Why are they calling y'all and not calling me?
Right.
So the one time when I outslicked them, they said they got a call from Wheels of Soul. Oh, okay. I hung up and called Wheels of Soul. They called all of them back on 3-way or 4-way, 5-way, and say, hey man, Wheels of Soul. They say y'all just called. Who called? Who the fuck got we ain't gonna. They hung up. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's the bullshit. Just bro, it was fucking ridiculous.
Crazy.
Every post, every time I put some on, it was just ridiculous. Long story short, that's what caused me to leave, man. And when they created that social media clause, that's what killed it. It was a wrap for me. So
I understand.
Yeah, so that's what it was for me. It's been a hell of a journey with you, brother.
It's been a hell of a journey.
It's been a hell of a journey, brother, to see you here. So the question everybody want to know is, if you were allowed to come back to the Kingz as they are right now, because all of this stuff you've been doing, the bucking, the wolf, not the wolf, but the bucking and the videos and the back and forth and all this shit. What was all this shit for? Do you want to come back to the Kingz? If they allowed you to come back, would you come back, etc.?
Man, I'm back. You see what I got on? I just ain't on what that shit they on over there with that.
Yeah.
Because what I see over, that ain't what we started.
Yeah.
We players on bikes, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I respect about what Measy and them bingo crew niggas do.
Bingo.
Shout out to them, man. They are still doing the players on bikes, man. They Yayo, the takeoffs, and all them cats, man. Shout out to them. They are doing the small things you have to do in an MC if you gonna do this shit. And they go hard with this shit every night, and they holding a lot of y'all niggas up that can't get out and do what you're doing. They pulling up, they spinning tires, they burning rubber, they doing all the shit that you're supposed to do if you call yourself the motherfucking shit. So with me, it ain't about me asking for permission from nobody, because let me let you understand this. I want to say this loud and clear. I don't have to answer to nobody in Kingz of the South.
And I got the paper. I'm gonna show the paperwork in a minute, but I got it.
I don't have to answer because, like I said, I tried to do it the right way. But I get to a point when I see something that's on some personal shit, you're not finna keep affecting my life because you're in your feelings about whatever you're in your feelings about, man. Because, and still to this day, I still don't know what the fuck it is. And guess what? I'm 48 years old. I can't keep living my life worried about it. That's why I have to get this monkey off of my back. That's why I say I ain't talking about this shit no more, because I tried to have the sit-downs. I came to a meeting that I was invited to, and I was never allowed to motherfucking speak. So don't try to speak to me after this, because all conversations are over. You want to talk about riding your motorcycle? Let's goddamn ride the motorcycle. If we ain't talking about no riding, don't ask me about no king shit. All the new cats in the Kingz of the South, much respect to the whole entire nation that go hard for this shit. Y'all keep doing your thing. When you see me, you want to speak to me, man. Don't be scared to speak to me, because can't nobody do nothing to you. Period. You're a grown ass man.
Contrary to popular belief.
You're a grown ass man. Speak, man, because you looking. And I'm gonna say, I never forget High Risk told me some real shit. Shout out to High Risk, man, because I feel like he was set up for failure. You bring a new person in, and you put him over the mother chapter, and they ate him alive. Not on no disrespectful shit, but nobody's gonna respect somebody new.
No, you got to be from the originals.
You got to come from the. Come on.
You can't come in this family and try to run this family, and you are, outsider.
But what I respect about High Risk, I used to see him out and about. High Risk used to say all the time, he used to look at me again. But what I respected about him, he always came and shook my hand. And he said, well, Teebo, when me and him finally started having conversation, he said, well, Teebo, I used to hear niggas say, man, we see Teebo, blah, 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 blah. He said, but every time I see, I be like, well, shit, there he is over there.
Yeah.
And
same thing with Sam. Yeah.
So shout out to High Risk, man.
All the OMCs was after me.
Yeah.
I'm right there.
Man, it's just the propaganda and the perception game.
So let me answer this question. Who is Young Lace says, Sel, why they put that clause? What was the subject they were concerned about? You want to answer that?
What clause?
The social media clause for me. What was the purpose of the social media clause? I think you gone by then, huh?
He talking about, I was gone. Yeah, he talking about, why they told, you ask him, you want me to answer that? Mm-hmm. Why they put the social media clause
in there for me? Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, we said it before. Anybody that got any type of traction, period. And I'm gonna be honest with, shout out to Lace, man. Yeah. I'm gonna shout the young brother out, man. The man built, I built the first 78 bike. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker that he built,
whole different level.
Man, I can't, bro. That shit is ridiculous what he did. And anytime I see somebody doing that for some shit I started, man, I salute him because he ain't doing that. Obviously feeling, man, he loving what he's a part of,
and he posted.
And
we always there. All of us was there.
You're supposed to pop your collar,
period.
But as far as the social media, all I can say, like we discussed earlier, anybody that got any type of shine, at some point, you're gonna have to sit your ass down.
Be careful, Lace.
This nigga else so goddamn stupid. I mean, it's just what it
Be careful, Lace.
Look, Meezy said it perfectly. They put you in the goddamn grinder, grind you up, and then spit you out. Guys that spent a lot of money. Meezy got scars, bruises, everybody. Motherfucker got road rash. Niggas that I'm in no position as a founder at this point in the game to go and interfere in anybody's chapter business because presidents, all these folk, they're voted on by the members.
Period.
All I can ever be is
an advisor.
Period. Call me up. The less you call me,
I'm going to give you the best facts. I'm going to give you the best
how to handle it.
Period. And how you decide as the president of your chapter is on you.
No outside entity, even if they are from within, should be coming in, involving themselves in chapter business. So to all the presidents of Kings of the South, you were voted in by the members, and can't nobody else should be able to come in and remove you. And to all the members of the chapters, even if you don't like your president, if you know they getting railroaded, stand up for them.
Period.
And then if you got a problem with the job that your president is doing, be a man, put a motion on the floor and say, hey, we think he unfit, have some motherfucking proof, and let it be motorcycle related, because it can't be personal. Then let the club vote on who they want as they goddamn.
And stand behind them, whether you
stand
voted for them or
behind
not. Period.
And
If you was outvoted, you was outvoted. So they keep saying, Sel, you didn't answer the question. Sel, he's trying to cover what caused the ban. Every post that I made was a problem. Whether I was talking about riding there was no one post. It was no one video. Every video I made, if I said, what? Kingz.
I got a perfect one to bring up.
What you got?
Remember the video that you did with DK?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk. Let's just touch on this real quick.
Okay.
And DK, you're a piece of shit, and you know it. So Sel did a video with DK.
Okay.
DK popped his collar on that, as he should. Now, I can differentiate from FHO and Kings of the South.
Yeah.
DK never mentioned, because honestly, I had all the motherfuckers in my ear. Teebo, you need to suspend that motherfucker. That motherfucker need to be suspended. But first of all, Teebo can't do a motherfucking thing. We're gonna let the sergeant at arms, we're gonna get them involved in how they see fit to do it. That's how I roll. I let people do their jobs. So, and in the video on YouTube, y'all go check it out, Lace. I don't know what the video, man, you have to repost the motherfucker, but it's old days. So DK was popping. Now, honestly,
I think he said that they was the baddest club, and that's what.
Well, I think when he said, "Well, we don't pull up 100," and everybody know we had 100 and some niggas. But here's the deal, in the way I looked at the shit. Okay, if you're gonna bring it to me, you got to bring me the facts. So, did DK mention Kings of the South's name in that interview? No. He never said Kings of the South.
Period.
Now, when I get away from the facts, was DK talking about Kings of the South?
Yeah.
DK, you some bitch, you know you talking about Kings of the South, nigga. You know that.
Yeah. But I'm supposed to let him speak though.
But on what guys got to, people in your MC, you are supposed to think that your MC is the shit.
Period.
That's the bottom line.
And if you don't think like that, there's something wrong.
And DK was president when I was president, so we were always, hey, we were always at it. But good fun, that's why we can laugh and joke about it today. But you're supposed to speak highly of your organization, man. So I don't think it was anything malicious. Like I said, can they say, if you bring it and say, well, we thought it was disrespectful?
Because I think they said I didn't defend the Kings or something. I think was that what they
But
said?
he never said the Kings of the South. So how can you defend the Kings of the South?
Yeah.
And he never said it.
Yeah.
I
think that's what it was.
So,
but it was shit like that, ladies. So if you want to know, it was shit like that. It was anyway, it was shit like that. Because in that video, DK said they might have been the baddest, or we don't do this, or we don't do that. Like, so I think he said like other clubs do. He made a reference to some shit like, well, we don't do like other clubs do. And when I didn't defend, whatever it was, brother, it was every other video. It didn't matter. I could have been saying,
I got a question. Somebody hit me with a question.
Go ahead.
You want to know who it's from?
It don't matter. Yeah, let's go.
Kingz O.
Let's go.
Said, ask Sel, does he still have Kingz colors and why?
Yes.
Okay. So now I explain this to Zoe, and this is not just Sel. This is a lot of people. Man, when you've been in that fire, like I told you the other day when I talked to you on the phone, Zoe, when you've been in that fire, man, and when you give your all to some shit, man, and you get railroaded, my nigga, that's a hard pill to swallow, man. And you get railroaded for no reason, my nigga, and so we ain't just gonna pick Sel out of the bunch. There's other folk out here. There's other folk that don't even you ain't riding your bike, you ain't doing nothing.
But I can even give you better than that. How long have I been out the Kingz? How long you been out?
I left in 16.
And when we at 2024? That's 8 years.
7 years.
So I left right after you.
Right.
Zoe, for 4 years that I can remember, I begged the Kingz, asked Marvo, asked all of them, hey man, come get these colors, man. To the point to where you can call my mom or my dad. The colors hung in, you know how your parents got the old mailbox where they got everybody slots of mail?
Right.
In an envelope, a manila envelope, the colors sat in a manila envelope in my mom's mail slot for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
To the point my mom said, what is this shit? What we going to do with it? I said, well, mom, somebody supposed to come pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
They never came. For 4 years.
Right.
They never came. Now, I was still active. I'm still on the set. I'm still out riding. I'm still doing my thing. I done got my whole FHO vest and all that redone. For 4 years, they never came and got the colors. Finally, the colors got put up. I done bought this. I'm on my 4th house since being a king.
Mm-hmm.
So the colors are in stores somewhere. Finally, hopefully I get to unpack them and all of this in this new house, and I'll find the colors. Because, again, I got might be 1 or 2 storage units, and I got to go through all that shit. So the biggest question is what you should ask, and what you should be proud of, Zoe, is that I ain't no chicken shit motherfucker and gave all my shirts. Because matter of fact, you can call your club brothers in North Carolina that I sold a whole bunch of King shirts to.
Mm-hmm.
Gave and sold. So that's the part you should be concerned about. If a motherfucker that had your colors 8 years and they have never surfaced anywhere, that's not an issue. A motherfucker, I got t-shirts and hats and beanies. Because you got to understand this now. We was buying shit every week.
Yeah.
Spend $100 every week on me. Young me. Let me get some of that back. Let me hold something, me. Let me hold something. So if nothing has ever come up, ever in 8-9 years since I've been gone, what's the problem? And again, I haven't been hiding. It ain't like I've been hiding and all of a sudden I boop. No, for 4 years I begged all of the officers to come get the car. I said, we ain't worried about that shit. Ain't nobody worried about your colors.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. As far as I'm concerned, you earn, you can frame them, you earn them. You know, you earn them, man. So I don't get it, because all that shit that was going on back then, man, and now all of a sudden, and that's why young cats like Zoe, man, he put him in positions, and he's doing what he's supposed to do, what other motherfuckers ain't even stood up to do. You know what I'm saying? But they'll use somebody else to do the dumb shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but man, this shit get real deep, man. The type of shit that has went on in there, man, with all this stuff.
So Lay says, bro, that's not true, big homie. I'm not going to speak on it, but you know they had the club's best interest at heart. That's why you should bring the other 6 founders in and let them speak their truth. What's not true? Okay, I don't know.
Okay, even so let me answer that.
What's not true?
Man, like I said, I've tried to sit down, went to a meeting to discuss it. I was never allowed to speak. Everything I said is 100% facts. Okay? So they can come in and say something different, because guess what? All of them don't even fool with each other, but the one thing some of them got in common is that, hey, we want to keep Teebo away. So that conversation is going to be flawed anyway. So what I'm telling you, I'm bringing facts to the table, stuff that I know, stuff that everybody knows. Even the motorcycle community here in Atlanta knows this stuff that has went on. There's been conversation for years about this stuff. So it ain't nothing that I'm lying. And to be honest with you, Lace, some of them can't speak on a lot of shit because they were not there.
At all.
Los was down at the time. He can't speak on some shit because he wasn't there. You know? So, I mean, if we really want to just be real, like, technical about it, man, just everybody can't speak on everything because they weren't there.
And let me correct Lace real quick. Lace says motorcycle protocol, when you leave the club or get suspended or kicked out, what's the first thing you turn over? First off, Lace, when you suspend somebody, you take their colors. They don't turn them in. Yeah, your sergeant at arms, when you go to suspend somebody or put somebody out the club, you go take their colors. You go get the colors. You don't let them bring you the colors. You go get the colors. So so you're wrong about that. And again, what I'm saying, Lace, it ain't no issue with the colors at all. I don't have no use for them. They don't mean nothing to me. They have no superpowers or nothing whatsoever. But what I'm telling you is, if I walk away from the club and for 4 years I'm around you in your presence every day on a regular, you seeing me here, you seeing me there for 4 years every time. Hey man, when y'all gonna come get the colors, man? When y'all gonna meet me to get the colors? Oh, still ain't nobody worried about that shit. Then it is what it is. So, but the proper protocol though is that's your sergeant at arms job. You know what? Today we suspended so and so. Make sure you get his colors. Right or wrong? Huh? You don't say, "Hey, you suspended, man. Bring in your colors when you get a chance." That ain't how that works. So he said you dropped him off. No, the sergeant at arms comes get him. But anyway, we done with that. So that's what that is. Any last words before we get up out of here, man? Do you think you covered everything?
Man,
You good? You detox? We straight?
I think I covered it. I think I covered everything, man. And like I said, to the nation, I've been judged by a lot of people in the nation. I ain't gonna say a lot of them, just a few, whoever's in the crowd or whatever the case may be, to some cats that don't even know me. You don't know me. So how can you speak on me because this person said? I'll give you an example. Me and Los flew out to San Antonio. This when me and Los was on our Kumbaya time. We flew out to San Antonio to their anniversary, and that's when first chance I got to meet Uncivilized, Supreme, BG, and all them cats, man. Solid brothers, man. And Uncivilized, when he saw me, he looked at me like I was a ghost.
Like, yeah.
Because what he was told, he said, Teebo, we were told that you were the boogeyman and not to talk to you. How come people don't want people to talk to me? What is it? Because if you come and ask me something, I've always had the founder's best interest, because when I was president, I was a hybrid, meaning I was a president and I'm a founder. I got an obligation to the members and I got an obligation to the founders where I protect the founders. When some founders weren't paying their dues at the end of the year, what did I do, Sil? I pardoned them.
Period.
We ain't finna put them out. Hey, they
behind. Not I'm talking about behind.
And dues $20 at the time.
Yeah.
You know, but these my dues, and I stand in the gap for my people. And I also had to stand in the gap for the members. So even to a point, real quick, when we got to Junction, Jose hit me up. I was sitting at Jack's shop. And shout out to Jack, man. Jack Pro Leather, they don't deal with Jack no more. Jack no more history than probably some of the founders do. Because Jack been there day one. But you know why they don't deal with Jack? Because Jack deal with me. So, and that's what Jack told me. So they no longer use his services, and Jack, which is fucked up.
But he don't. Anyway.
You know, and why? Shit, man, I lost my train of thought. But why they don't? Why?
So Ava says, why should the Kingz let you back, Toby, when you tried to destroy the Kingz when you left? How can they trust you? Make it make sense.
How do you tell me? And shout out to Ava. Ava, much love and respect for me. You already know, no disrespect on my end. I've never tried to destroy the Kingz. How did I try to destroy the Kingz?
They tried to destroy you.
They tried to destroy me. If anything, I've laid everything out. I can't do nothing but be honest about all this stuff. You know, so, and, you know, so it's not about letting me do anything at this point, okay? At this point. One thing about me, I know what I've done, I know what I didn't do, and I know I gave my all blood, sweat, and tears to Kingz of the South when I was there and laid the foundation of what you see today. With the help of all the members of the mother chapter at the time, all the officers and everybody. When everybody used to say Teebo the face of the club, Teebo this, Teebo,
They couldn't. We
you
didn't,
never heard Teebo say
no,
that.
but you really couldn't say that back then because there was so many of us that was
But the chatter though.
okay.
So if you over there in the corner with the backyard
Because
committee,
people thought I was the president at one time.
so when you over there with the backyard committee,
yeah,
man, Teebo's face was good. I remember one time somebody said, man, OG Pop he the most popular member in the club. First of all, who sits around and think of that kind of shit?
period.
I'm not worried. All I know, OG Pop got him a drink. He out there dancing, do your
Doing
thing,
his thing.
OG Pop.
Yeah.
You know, so it's crazy how people say I tried to destroy the Kings when all I did was left to say where they can ride these bikes out here in Atlanta at the time in peace.
Yeah,
Period.
you bit the bullet.
I sacrificed myself, and that's what really pisses me off, man, because people don't know shit, but they talking on stuff.
Yeah.
And this ain't no disrespect, but you got guys wearing rest in heaven OG Pop patches, but you tried to fuck over his son, man. He can't rest in motherfucking peace, nigga. Get the fuck out of here with this shit, man.
Oh, Ava said, but what about the lawsuit and the police?
Let's touch bases on that. So the lawsuit didn't have nothing to do with me. That's the thing. Let's touch that.
Okay.
When I was King's World, it was an incident that happened. The national board at the time said that we were not allowed to come to the party, to the anniversary party. Snubs, shout out to Kingz, not Kingz, but Snubs, man, rest in heaven, Snubs. God rest that man's soul. There was a national meeting that said we could not come to the party. At that particular time, because of the disarray that was going on with the mother chapter and the national board, the mother chapter, these are facts. They voted and said, fuck what they saying. Teebo and them can come to the party.
Period. $20 is $20.
That's what was said. So I wasn't even coming to the party. The reason I went to the party because Snub said, man, I want to go to the party and get on some of these hoes.
Yeah.
Me being me, I'm going to go there and watch my man back. When we get there, I think Dibs at the time, Dibs was at the meeting in Savannah where they said we were not allowed to come to the party. Okay. When we got to the party, Dibs was the first person I pulled in and saw. Dibs gave me a pound and said, thank you for coming. Glad to see you. PT, shout out to PT, gave me prime parking. Nobody said anything. At that particular time, Dibs should have told me then, hey, Teebo, man, we want to keep this shit down, man. Go ahead. So the lawsuit with Snubs, that had nothing to do with me. That didn't have my name on it or anything. And even on top of that, let's get into the deposition that was done. Big John them sent Finesse down there, and he did a deposition about the incident with Snubs.
Finesse the police officer, right?
I don't know what Finesse is.
I think Finesse is the police officer.
So in that deposition, Snubs called me. He said, Teebo, you might want to come down here, man. These niggas saying some foul shit. Where he said that Teebo putting the club in jeopardy, saying you can't regulate a king, and he got us out here in this. Well, if I'm saying you can't regulate a king, because that shit went viral, and it was cool.
It was a hell of a video.
And we had fucking T-shirts made
Yeah.
that had you can't regulate a king on it, and people were wearing it. He went down there and told all kind of bullshit on me. And then they flipped and said, well, Teebo said this about the king. No, y'all sent him down there to talk. Y'all sent him down there to spread some untruths about me. So all I did was defending myself. And even to the incident that happened, I even gave, because I don't want to say name, because I don't know where that shit at as far as with that. I even texted him, and I don't even fault him for that. You know why? Because I wish
that they had just told you from the beginning.
No, not even that. I wish you supposed to go hard for your shit like that.
Yeah.
I wish I had niggas that went hard for that shit the way he did. Because you don't get that. You ain't gonna see that. You're gonna see a lot of rah. And then when it get hot in the kitchen, because man, what really bothers me is because when adversity hit, when it was dark times in this motherfucker, I'm at the table. Nobody wants to talk about that shit. You know, so all this trying to destroy the Kingz, I didn't put a lawsuit on there. Snubs have now he passed away. He died on his motorcycle. His wife took that case over. My name ain't nowhere in that. I didn't go sit in front of a court and point this person out and say he did this, he did that, or whatever the case may be. I didn't do nothing. So that lawsuit didn't have nothing to do with me. That incident happened because that was a miscommunication because the mother chapter at the time was beefing with the national board. Once again, disarray, miscommunication, and shit get fucked up, and you got to find somebody to blame, but the blame wasn't on me.
Who is Young Lace exactly? Let me see. You left Holly destroyed you. All right, well, appreciate you, Lace. He said it's all lies. Whatever. All right, so listen, what we're gonna do real quick. You want to take some calls, or you good?
No, I don't feel like talking to nobody.
Okay, well there it is. There.
What it is,
Say, man.
I done had 7 years I've been gone. People want to talk to me, man. You know what I'm saying? What is it I've reached out. I've tried to call. I've tried to sit down. I've tried to do this. I've tried to do that.
Hey, let me say this, Lace, because I mean, you my partner, man. You my partner. Yeah, you my partner. But stop hollering about the police when y'all got about 15, 20 police in your chapter. So you can't say you can't say he called the police. The police is already in your chapter.
But see, who me?
No. I guess they saying that you called the police.
Teebo ain't called the police.
But but it don't matter. So you called your club brother.
But let me just say
that. Your club brother the police.
But let me just say, let me just say that. But I'm so tired of all these dumb rumors that's out there. First of all, Teebo ain't called nobody. Just like they trying to blame, say Teebo will. Well, if y'all don't know, at the time, when I was doing the Kingz World shit, I was a support club for Wheels of Soul. So I didn't call Wheels of Soul. These folk got support clubs all over the place. Somebody else called them folk. And then when they showed up out there, it was an issue. You know, so Teebo, see right there, I don't know where they getting. Teebo ain't called nobody. And see, that's what I'm saying. People speaking on stuff, they don't know what they're talking about. They weren't there. I was there. This shit is sad, man. Right. And this is why I want to. And I know you're gonna have this side of the fence saying this and this side of the fence saying this. Well, guess what? I ain't got to hop on neither one of them motherfuckers. I'm in the middle and I'm going about my life. I don't have time. See, I've did my time. I laid the foundation. I laid what I feel like I could contribute to what I started.
Because I remember too, another incident where they got rid of the whole chapter in Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Kingz of the South. It was some bull crap about them. I'm trying to remember.
That they cut up the colors?
Got rid of whatever it was some BS about one or two members, whatever it might have been. But again, it is what it is, man.
It's a lot of miscommunication. It's a lot of lies that have been told. That's why I come here to tell my truth. This is what happened. This is what it is. Ain't no one man bigger than the club. No one man bigger than the club. At the end of the day, I don't have no ill will towards nobody, man. And like I said, I still have love for Jose. Still have love for Los. These dudes were like brothers, man. He called my mama. He was calling my mama all the time. You know, like I say, so all this stuff, we talking about motorcycle shit. And ain't none of this shit a heaven or hell issue for me no more.
Period.
And I refuse to allow myself to go back and keep reviewing shit in a chapter that I've already closed. I said what I said today. I'm moving on. I'm not asking for permission from nobody to do anything in something I started. I don't care nothing about not being able to come to an anniversary. That shit mean that much to y'all, that's on y'all. But if a chapter got the balls and say, hey, Teebo, you welcome here, by all means, I'll come fuck with you. But other than that, I ain't missing that, and I ain't missing no meals. I ain't missing nothing, man. Okay, so
Go. Let's go. Yeah, I gotta take a piss.
oh, what we talking? Man, I ain't looking at it. All I can say to y'all is God bless you. I wish you nothing but the best on whatever you do in any MC out here, you know. But this has been something that has been bothering me for 7 years. I never asked for the slander. All I did was left. And what's funny is how people keep missing the point where I say I left to save these niggas' lives, where they could ride these bikes out here in peace. And y'all just talk over that. Y'all just talk over that. I wasn't a president where I'm out here on the sideline, not here, not around, not out here with my people. I'm in the trenches with them. So, but for y'all to continue to just look over that,
huh? Oh yeah.
You know, for y'all to just continue to talk over that.
All right, so we got.
It just
Let me show y'all this before we go. This is some of the paperwork that we talking about. Some of the stuff I just want y'all to see. All right, what we got right here? We got the. I guess it's part of the. What is this part of the? Oh, this is the trademark. That you so you own the trademark.
Yeah, I'm on the trademark.
You own it, or you on the? Are you on the trademark, or you own the trademark?
The trademark, it falls under the Kingz of the South Incorporation that we incorporated back in 2007, man. Okay. And you can see my address on one of my addresses on there, and all that shit.
Yeah.
Man. You know.
So you part of the trademark, you part of the ownership.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what else we got right here.
Now I hope I don't get another cease and desist letter.
Oh no, I'm finna show that shit right there. That shit was crazy. All right, this is all still part of the ownership with your address on there, the corporation, the whole 9 yards. Hold on. Okay. Boom, there it is. Pro Leather. This was a receipt from 2007 718 Kingz of the South MC, Toby Lewis, 5 Kingz of the South patches.
And Jose paid for some of them patches too. Okay. And I gave Jack, little does he know, probably don't know, I gave Jack my own money. So, but if I'm not around.
Yeah, there it is there. That's the original receipt from the first 5 patches.
Man, this shit, yeah.
Let's see what this next one is. That's the state of Georgia certificate of corporation, Kingz of the South. Okay, so your name is on all of this.
Well, you got a couple. You got DB.
No, but your name is on there.
Yeah.
So, Artisan Corporation, yeah, the Georgia nonprofit.
And not one time have you ever heard anything about me trying to come at Kingz of the South about give me some money, give me this. I don't need nobody money, man. Man, y'all go fly them colors, man, and do your thing, man.
Now, this is the cease and desist letter with the Kingz of the South logo behind it. Is this an official document?
Boy, stop.
Let's see what this said. From KOTS Founders National Board of all Kingz of the South MC Chapters Incorporated, 2730 Sullivan Road, College Park, Georgia, August 10th, 2022. Toby Lewis, a.k.a. Teebo, 8112 Artist Way, Fairburn, Georgia. Kingz of the South, Atlanta Mother Chapter, President King Black, and KOTS members. 885 Highway 138, Riverdale. CC Dobbs, an associate attorney. Have you called that attorney's office?
I didn't even waste my time.
You should call because it might be, Bodie. Oh, Bodie. That sounds like a loan shark. Bodie, an associate attorney on River Exchange, Norcross, Georgia, regarding cease and desist. This case and and whatever letter is to inform you that you, Teebo Lewis, aka Teebo, is now and will never be a member of the Kings of the South Motorcycle Club Incorporated.
Unbelievable.
Therefore, the KOTS founding board of all Kings of the South, Chapter Incorporated, asks that you do the following: turn in Kings of the South property, i.e., club colors, over to the Mother Chapter Sergeant at Arms, ASAP. You are not allowed on the property of any Kings of the South clubhouse, and to stop tampering with the Kings of the South and corporation entities. When your membership was terminated in 2015.
See, that lie right there.
Yeah.
Terminated.
You started your own motorcycle club called King's World, which was a colossal failure.
Yeah, that's B.I.G. talking right there.
Colossal?
Yeah, colossal.
That's, he big too, so colossal is a big word. After the closing of your motorcycle club, you began to seek. What's that? What's that shit? Let me take.
Man, you
take my yays off. You begin to seek something back, reimburse. No, whatever, recession or redecision or some shit. Back into Kings of the clear to you that the board will not readmit you back into the cancer. Anyway, yeah. So that's a cease and desist letter.
And let me see just one little tidbit real quick. I never forget, man. I got a call from Dibs and it said somebody wanted to holler at me. And it was Rover. We never got a chance to talk, but then on the phone, but we met up in Savannah.
Okay.
And it was nothing that needed to be said. But when he came up to me, he said, Teebo, I understand. See,
he must have been on a chopping block at the time. Because they don't ever understand till they get chopped.
Look, me and my brother, my oldest brother, got a saying, man. Shout out to my big bro, man, blood brother. You don't know until you know, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
Bro, did you get shot when you you found out you was bamboozled, led astray, hoodwinked?
But I'm gonna tell you how I knew how the shit bothered him. When his wife, man, when she came up and she saw me and Rover embrace, man, when the joy that girl had in her face, man, it was nothing else to be said. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing. And so that let me know that shit had become a burden for that man. You know, same burden I've had, same burden a lot of other folk have had dealing with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So shout out to Rover, man. And like I said, Rover, we all have grown past the petty and stupid bullshit, man. You know? So shout out to King Rover, man.
I don't know why somebody keep harping on calling the police.
Teebo ain't called the police on nobody.
No, but I'm just saying, period. The police is a part of the bike set, player. Yeah, your club got 15 of them in the club right now. So, all right. So, I mean, shit, that's all your documentation. You just showed everything. You got the text message where you've been reaching out and no response, and this whole 9 yards, and the documents don't seem legit. They say your cease and desist order. You need to call Bodie and Associates, man.
Bodie was down there at the corner store. Man, at the end of the day,
you need to call Bodie. It's crazy they ain't got no phone number. But let me. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I thought,
hey Siri,
man, look at man.
What's the number to Bodie and Associates, attorneys at law? Hold on. Hey Siri, what's the number for Bodie and attorneys at law? She said, ain't none. She can't find it.
At the end of the day, I get a little spiritual on some shit. This is the last thing I'm gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
When people want to come together for the good of everybody, regardless of whatever transpired, whatever bad shit that happened, no matter what, when people put down their differences and want to come back together for the good of everybody, and somebody has an issue with that, That go your problem
Who should
right
have
there.
issue with peace? Nobody should have issue with peace.
But that whoever bucks on peace, that's where your problem is. And I'm gonna leave it right there. Because all I want is for everybody to come together, man. Are you still trying to call Bodie?
I'm trying to call a nigga. Hey Siri.
Hey, this nigga here, man.
Hey Siri. Okay, there you go, bitch. Where you been? Hey Siri, find me Bodie and Associates Attorneys at Law.
Here's what I found.
Oklahoma City, San Jose, and Morgan and Morgan. Ain't no Bodie player.
Huh?
Ain't no Bodie.
I told you what Bodie was, man.
I'm sorry. All right, so that's what it is. Anyone?
Somebody had a question. If you want me to
go ahead. What's the question?
One dude said,
oh, they say anybody can type. So this don't have to be from a lawyer. Anybody can type up a. They say somebody say anyone can type.
"Oh, that's okay."
Okay.
Daffy Duck's in that motherfucker.
Okay. Well,
So somebody said, like, speak on clubs that try to muffle members, and because they got a voice to speak, some got balls and some don't. Please don't, they want to. And this person is.
well, I'm gonna just tell you like this, and what you have to understand is, and this is why you have to be in a club that has VIPs and superstars. You got to be in a club that got multiple VIPs and multiple superstars. Because if you are the only VIP and superstar, then you're always gonna be. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to one of my videos called VIP Superstars, the bench warmers. You always going. The bench warmers gonna always have a problem because what happens is whenever you become the popular person and they not, then that's when the jealousy starts taking over because now they feel like, well, who you think you are? Well, I'm nobody. I'm just a dude that rode my bike and fellowship and socialized and, put the miles in and that, But instead of you looking at it and saying, hey, he took that for us, you feel what I'm saying? He took those trips for us. You look at it as though he's trying to showboat and show out when all he's doing is what I'm supposed to do, ride my motorcycle.
But what's wrong with somebody speaking in a club setting? Why can't men be men?
Well, I mean, but that ain't what this is all about. So when I started this club for me to be the biggest and the baddest, not you. I want you to be a part of it, but just don't.
You can't be over me.
Yeah.
Because like with me, when shit came up, what did I do? I bring it to the club because I don't want to be the one. Man, Teebo, no, we finna bring it to the club, man. Let the club speak, and every member got a voice, and everybody's entitled to their opinion, man, on how they feel about shit or whatever the case may be, man. So if people just quit trying to make your facts opinion. I mean, your opinion's facts, though. You can't do that. You can't just be stuck on what you stuck on and think that's law, because it's not. It's just you have a right to voice your opinion and not get in your feelings about somebody else voicing theirs.
I'm trying to read some of these comments. What would Jesus do? I like that one. Corey Fisher said, what would Jesus do? Anyway, can type of see this letter. All right, well, listen, man.
Shit, I think Measy got one of them too.
Well, Measy got a see some?
Well, they were gonna send him one.
Measy, you got one from Bodie too?
I don't know. Yeah.
Measy got one from Bodie too? Hey, well, Measy, just let me know when you're off suspension, man, so I can pull up to the clubhouse. Because you told me I could pull up with you, man, but you on suspension now. Fuck, I was gonna come through and hang out for Thanksgiving or something, man. You done got fucking around and got on suspension. Anyway, man, that's my time, man. Listen, we've been on here long enough. Anything else you want to say to the people before we leave? The man didn't want to take no phone calls, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm not receiving any phone calls, because the man said no phone calls. It is what it is. He said enough. He's been here long enough. We've talked enough. So anyway, and next time you need to stop calling the police on people, man.
Hey, man.
You need to stop. You need to stop calling the police. Next time, just call one of their club brothers. That's because they got, what I'm saying. The police is in their club.
Man,
which ain't nothing wrong with that. I fuck the police every night, every chance I get. So
right.
It is what it is.
Well, man, you're looking good. Congratulations.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I got my furniture coming. I'm glad you got to see when I get all my furniture and everything in here. But man, we get it together, man.
Yeah, you real glossy, man.
Yeah.
But hey, continued success, man.
Hey,
I
man,
appreciate you. And
won't he do it?
let's go on. He did it.
Won't he do it?
Did it.
Huh? You remember the little nigga that they used to hate on with the cell phone? Man, don't be recording me. You ain't finna make no money off of me. Fuck that. You remember that little dude?
All them stupid comments like that. Now, shit, everybody all in the video now.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in all the videos, dancing, shucking and jiving. I mean, it's cool to see, man.
Say, man, we love y'all, man. It's been my time, man. Young Teebo in the building, found the Kingz of the South, man. You know what I'm saying? Throw it up for him, man. One time, man.
Hey, what up, though? It's King P. Detroit, Kingz of Hardy. I had to drop through on my boy Big Self, FHO Pod. Live, we all the way live. Had to drop through on my mans. What's going on, y'all?
Yo, this hot boy from the Red Breed
Hey, come on, hot boy.
of the chapter out of Compton, California. We tuned in to FHO all the way from 310 to the 404. Y'all know how this shit go.
What up, y'all? This Big Punch from the motherfucking candy shop. We chilling over here with Big Sil, man, the FHO, NIC, KEMMY, man, you know what I mean? All them alphabets, man. But they got all that shit going. Holla.
Yo, what's up, man? This your boy, man, Mr. Let Me Hold Something himself, DJ Dirty. And you're listening to FHO Podcast Radio with my main man, Big Cell, the FHO ABCDEFGHNIC. Big Cell, come on, man, speak on it, man. Let's ride.
Yo, this is Visions by Cinnamon Smiles. If I'm not advertising, networking, or promoting for you, I'm tuned in to FHO Radio with Big Cell. Shout it.
Yo, man, it's your boy Big Sarge from Florida Chapter Soul Brothers, man. Y'all know how I get down. I'm always listening to my man, Big Cell from FHO Podcast Radio. He keep it motorcycle.
It's Baby Slip from Rare Breed Mother Chapter. Out here chilling with Big Cell from FHO. We finna get it in for y'all. You dig?
You dig? Man, it's your boy Big Cell FHO. I'm in the building, man. Enjoy yourself. Find some love, man. Get it together, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Make sure you follow your boy, man. Make sure you show me some love, man. Do what you got to do, man. Get out there, man. Put me on the map, man. You understand me? Do what you got to do. It's your boy, Big Cell. We go. Peace.